Please welcome to our chief guest, Shri Mohammad Iftikharuddin, Commissioner, Kanpur Division. Please give him a big round of applause, please. We are very pleased to say that in spite of his very busy schedule, he has given us opportunity to share his experience and is present here for this function. Thank you very much, sir. I request Mr. P. Bhattacharya, CLRI, to give him a warm welcome with floral bouquet and sapling, please. And Shri Ujjwal Kumar Ghatakji for plant sapling. Okay.
आप ही लगाइए किसी को दे देते
We are honored by your presence, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now there is a floral felicitation of Sri Mohammad Iftikharuddin Sahab by our regional chairman, Central. Chief guest. No? Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Now I call Mr. UK Ghatakji to come on to the stage and preside over the meeting.
Thank you, Mrs. Sunita, event coordinator. A very good morning to our honorable chief guest, sir, Commissioner, Kanpur Division, Mr. Mohammad Iftikharuddin, sir, guest of honor, the great industrialist, Mr. Mukhtar Amin, sir, dignitaries in the dais, and our all industry member, exporters, and eminent industrialists of this leather sectors of Kanpur. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic day. In fact, really historic day for us. This region first time organizing this kind of event, which is normally used to be in Chennai. Although it is the 50th years, the Golden Jubilee celebration, as well as this is the first time the three great scientists of Ministry of Science and Scientific Research Department, they came here all the way from Chennai to share their latest innovation and latest kind of techniques in the leather sector. And this will be very fruitful to us. I again thank to all our scientists, sir. Gentlemen, as you all are aware, in fact, it has been announced last week that as per United Nations World Economy Report, India will be the world's fastest growing large economy. India will be the world's fastest growing large economy at 7.3% growth in this year 2016, which is a record in our country. And in fact, further, it will be 7.5% in the following years. As you all know, India's economy is 70% of the South Asia's GDP. Entire South Asia's GDP, 70% is only India's economy. And India became the top destination globally for foreign direct investment, FDI, surpassing China and USA. Hence, we can understand the importance of today's event. You all are going to witness the vision of our legend defense scientist and former president of India, late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's dream that one day he wanted to see our country in the world as a superpower country. This was his dream. As I am also belongs to defense, my earlier service was there. I had an opportunity to share with him in the same seminar, and I'm very much influenced of him, his vision, his activity, everything innovative idea, everything for the country. As a patriotic man, I have never seen in my life. I'm very much inspired and great follower of Dr. Abdul Kalam. May I request all of you, please give applause to Deputy Dr. Abdul Kalam. Today, our country's missile power is due to him. We have Agni 2. We can fire directly China from or any port of the India with the nuclear warhead. That is only his idea and his ideology. I was one of the missile experts in the defense. As we know, this today's National Seminar LERIG 2016 is also going to be fruitful for all of you because we have to be part of our development of our country and by the vision of our great leaderships in central government. And I believe, gentlemen, you only can do it because you are the industrialist, you are the exporter, you are the development part of our country. So I wish this event today, which is totally technical seminar, it will develop your department, develop your production, and in turn, you will be also one of the part to develop our country. So all the best to all of you, and many, many thanks to our dignitaries sitting in the dais, and thanks to our scientists who came all the way. Although it is not a welcome speech, I request my honorable regional chairman to give a welcome speech to all of you. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to welcome Shri Muhammad Iftikharuddin Saab, Commissioner of Kanpur, as a chief guest to be as chief guest in this important event. It shows his affection to the leather industry. He always with us in our all endeavors. And I would also like to welcome our scientist, CLRI, Dr. Sanjeev Gupta, and Dr. P. Savaran Saab. I would like to welcome our guest of honor, Janab Mukhtarul Amin Saab, a former chairman of CLE and HBTI. And I would like to welcome Shri Jalan Saab, a former chairman of CLE. I am thankful to the CLRI for considering the celebration of the Silver Jubilee of the LERIG in Kanpur. As you all are aware that the leather research industry get-together is called LERIG, is organized every year during the last week of January, marks the beginning of the Leather Week celebration that includes the India International Leather Fair at Chennai. LERIG is organized by CSIR CLRI in association with the stakeholders of the leather sector, including Council for Leather Export, leather and leather products, trade bodies, associations, tanners, with support of CSIR network partners, institutions, and universities. At the 50th LERIG, the measure to be taken positioning Indian leather industry in a global landscape in terms of the environmental security, resources of the mobilization, design, leather and leather products innovation through technology, solution, and initiative, which will be discussed today. This annual event aims to deliberate the ideas and concerns of the common interest and to evolve the comprehensive strategy for enabling the internationally competitive leather sector. The LERIG Meet the Year has gained a global participation appreciation. The 50th LERIG will be conducting satellite symposium at New Delhi, Kolkata, Kanpur, and Chennai during the leather fair. As we all known that the Kanpur Unnao Banthar cluster is an important cluster which has a share of more than 20% in India's export of leather and leather products. Upholstery leather, safety shoes, leather, and saddlery and harness is the strength of the region. Keeping in view of this, CLRI has decided the satellite symposium here. The focus of the satellite symposium is the safety shoe leather and the upholstery leather today. The growing global competition demands focus on the productivity, creativity through the technology. The employable workforce need to be aligned to these technology demands. The manufacturing sector in India, especially the leather industry, has a comparative advantage and a competitive edge over its counterparts in the other countries in view of the raw material and the access of the labor arbitrage. The Indian leather industry is poised for a quantum jump in performance with the 12 billion US dollar being investigated as an export from this sector. From a material driven industry, the leather sector has transferred into a technology driven manufacturing sector. The industry comprising predominantly micro, small, and the medium enterprises has provided the employment opportunities to about 2.5 million people in the country. The industry would need to evolve the strategy and action plan to position itself strongly in the global landscape, taking advantages of the supportive policies from the government of India and the opportunities to value and volume the realization in the world export. At the 50th LERIG, the measure to be taken for positioning Indian leather industry in global landscape in terms of environmental security, resources mobilization, design, leather and leather products in innovations through the technology solutions and initiative will be discussed. LERIG 2016 proposed to deliberate on smart material footwear, combination and novel material of the garments, green technology trends in the leather manufacture, design innovations and the fashion forecast for summer, spring 2017, challenges and opportunities in leather and products manufacture, inclusive development, HRD in leather sector, automotive upholstery, gaining niche market in the global trade. I'm sure the participants will get benefited by the presentation of CLRI. I once again welcome all the dignitaries on the dais and the participants here today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, our regional chairman, sir. Gentlemen, we'll be doing now one of the new ceremony, that is lamp lighting ceremony, which is very important for this kind of national seminar. I would request our honorable chief guest, sir, and our guest on dais, please take part of lamp lighting ceremony, sir. Thank you, sir. I would like to request Mr. P. Bhattacharya, sir, the Senior Principal Scientist of CLRI. Please come to the podium and address regarding this importance of National Seminar LERIG 2016.
Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Muhammad Iftekaruddin Saab, Commissioner Kanpur Mandal, respected Guest of Honor, Mr. Mukhtarul Amin Saab, former Chairman, HBTI and CLE and CMD Superhouse Group, respected Mr. Rajendra Kumar Jalan Saab, Member Research Council, CSIR CLRI and former Chairman CLE, Mr. Iftekhar Saab, Regional Chairman CLE, Dr. Sanjeev Gupta, Mr. Saravanan, my colleagues, all other important dignitaries, press, media, ladies, gentlemen, very good morning. CSIR Central Leather Research Institute is a national laboratory under Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India. It is the world's largest leather research institute and caters to the research and development and technological needs of leather and allied industries. CSIR CLRI has established its name in higher education through various programs in leather and footwear technology leading to BTech, MTech and PhD degrees. In addition to its contribution to the nation, CLRI has also significantly contributed to various international programs. It was established in 1948 in Chennai. It has 4 regional centers, including one at Kanpur. CLRI is one of the 38 national laboratories under CSIR, which has a governing body headed by Honorable Prime Minister of India as President and the Minister for Science and Technology, who is Vice President of the governing body. Office of the CSIR is headed by Director General, who is also a Secretary, Department of Scientific and Industrial Research, Government of India, to whom directors of all the national laboratories report. Director of CLRI is having a status of Additional Secretary, Government of India, whereas Chief Scientists are equivalent to the Joint Secretaries. CLRI has a strength of more than 400 people, including 100 scientists. Leather Research Industry Get Together, which is shortly called LERIG, is an annual event of CSIR CLRI aims at understanding and identifying problems of leather industry to arrive at science and technological based solutions. It is usually a 3 days continuous international seminar at CLRI Chennai, which is conducted during last week of January every year, just before the India International Leather Fair at Chennai. And which is also being celebrated this year as a part of its Golden Jubilee celebration here. Participants take part not only from various parts of the country, but also many overseas participants attend this event. As a part of its Golden Jubilee celebration, LERIG 2016 proposed satellite events at Delhi, Kolkata, Kanpur to share knowledge of senior level scientists by making presentations in technological options and opportunities in leather processing and also in leather product sector. Today we have 3 presentations. Dr. Sanjeev Gupta is the Chief Scientist in CLRI. He is a BTech in leather technology, MTech in plastics technology, and also he did his PhD degree on polyurethanes and for polyurethanes for leather coatings. He is a recipient of several medals and awards such as gold medals in BTech and MTech and J. Sinarai Memorial Award, LCMA Award and CLE Award, and so on. He has presented papers in Germany, Netherlands, China, Hong Kong, South Africa, and Japan. He took part in CSIR DEAD Exchange Scientists Program in 2011. Currently, he is responsible for IDLS implementation of DIPP Government of India, and also he coordinates all these extension centers. His presentation aims at developing high-value automotive upholstery leather from Indian buffalo hides. Since there is higher growth in buffalo, more number of buffalo hides are available for Indian leather industry. Buffalo hides have larger area, suitable for making larger panels for upholstery applications. To enhance Indian leather industry and leather product sectors in coming years, it is imperative to develop high-value automotive upholstery leather from buffalo hides, which are available in abundance in our country, especially in this region. Upholstery leather production figure and trends are also indicated in his presentation. During his study, emphasis has been given to develop the process to suit the requirements of upholstery leather using eco-benign chemicals, as for example, enzymes and aqueous finishing chemicals, and eco-friendly processing options, as for example, enzymatic unhairing, green fleshing, less sulfide unhairing, ammonia-free deliming, saltless pickling, high exhaust chrome tanning, and polymer fat liquoring and retaining. Today we have the next speaker, Mr. P. Saravanan, who is a senior principal scientist in CLRI. Mr. Saravanan is a leather technologist who completed his BTech from Anna University. After serving the industry for a couple of years, he joined CLRI. Later, he completed MS degree. He has been heading several national level projects, including the 11th plan project JERIL and presently the 12th plan project JERIS. He has also been one of the coordinators of the twinning project, which is being carried out presently in Ethiopia. He has about 22 publications and 10 patents to his credit. He implemented and transferred several technologies. Important technologies that he transferred include dog feed from fleshings and zero wastewater discharge process. Zero water discharge process developed by Mr. Saravanan had also been implemented in Amol Brothers in Kanpur. He is going to make his presentation today on various viable options for environmental management to address and check the major pollutants in leather processing. Our third speaker is Dr. K. Krishna Raj. He is also a senior principal scientist, and he also heads a department called Leather Apparel Development Center in CLRI. He is a Bachelor of Mechanical Engineering and also having MS and PhD degrees at his credit. He started career in engineering design before joining CLRI. He is involved in basic as well as applied research in leather products at CLRI. His research interest includes comfort studies of leather apparel, drape studies on garment, computer-aided design for leather products, development of new materials and evaluation, and so on. He has more than 10 publications in PR-reviewed international journals and also 3 copyrights at his credit. Today, he is going to present on CAD/CAM for leather products, present and future. Thank you so much. Over to Mr. Ghatal.
Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya, sir. Gentlemen, now I would like to request the keynote speaker of this national seminar, Mr. R.K. Jalan, sir, who is chairman of the Committee of Environment and Sustainable Development, CLE, and also member of Research Council, CSIR CLRI, and definitely he is a very knowledgeable, experienced, and a veteran industrialist in this region. Gentlemen, please welcome Mr. R.K. Jalan, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Commissioner Kanpur Range, Mr. Iftekaruddin Saab, my friends from the industry, Mr. Amin, Regional Chairman, Mr. Iftekar, scientist from CLRI, Dr. Sanjeev Gupta, Dr. Sarvanan, Mr. Krishnaraj, and I cannot forget Dr. Garg, who is sitting in the front, who has retired from the CLRI. This LERIG works as a interface between the industry and technology. CLRI imparts technology. It's around 67-year-old institute and one of the premier institutions, I would say at this time in the world, because I think in the developed world, the leather industry is on its extinction. So we at CLRI are also imparting training, imparting technology to various developing nations, like Ethiopia, Vietnam, and other places. Uh, well, it's thankful to the Research Council who decided that this LERIG should happen in every cluster of the country. But to get the best out of the LERIG, I think this should be every half-yearly event, because that would help to industry for a better understanding what CLRI is doing. Because when I go for the Research Council meeting every quarter, I see a lot of new developments being done at the CLRI, but those does not get percolated here in our region or in different regions. So I would definitely raise this issue in the next Research Council meeting, where this kind of a thing should happen. This kind of an interface with the industry should happen every half year. As far as the topics are concerned, I think the topics selected was by the regional chairman, who himself is a leading exporter, and I think this definitely in tune with what this region needs. Automotive leathers, which is, I think nobody is making automotive upholstery leather at this time in India, except maybe in a small way Tata exports Devas, to the best of my knowledge. And the other one was about safety footwear. Of course, environment is a very crucial thing. But automotive, we have to go for the value addition of the products. Whatever it is, finished leather or leather goods or footwear or whatever, we need to have an innovative technology in everywhere. Now, I don't know if you are aware, in the first 9 months of current financial year, the export of leather and leather products is down by 10%, almost 10.41%. So it is almost 10%. But what has been hit the most? Finished leather. Finished leather is down by 22%. And to again gain that lost ground, we can only make this happen when we have innovative technologies into the processes, because that would not only help to make new leathers, but they will also help us to make a cost-effective leather. Because we are in a global village, and the competition is really intense, especially from countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan. We are facing an intense competition. So at this time, we need Central Leather Research Institute more than any time before. Moreover, in the Prime Minister's Make in India program, CLRI has also been interested with the job of upgradation of this industry, it has been named as a technology mission, and which is being headed by CLRI, Director CLRI, in participation, in collaboration with the industry. So to make that Make in India happen, I think we do definitely need the upgradation of CLRI. Of course, I have been part of 2 Make in India initiatives, one in US and one in Brazil in last 6 weeks. There is a huge interest in India. People want to come because I try to sell not Make in India, but Make for India, because we are a country of 1.25 billion people. with enormous buying power. What I have, what the net says, internet says, or Google says that 35% of the people will graduate into the middle class by 2020. And if 35% graduate into the middle class by 2020, we are the largest middle class population in anywhere else in the world. So even surpassing America. And, also this country is moving from the joint family to the nucleus family systems. So that means the people are taking independent decisions and doing different things which are where they have the power to spend. They want to spend. So, but for that to happen, we have to stop the flight of raw material. At different times, we get representations from the industry, not our industry, but from the meat industry, to free the exports of the raw material. If that happens, means I am representing Council on the 2nd of February in front of the Minister, Mrs. Sitaraman, and I'm going to raise this issue that if we don't stop the flight of the raw material, be it raw hides, be it EI tanned leather or unfinished leather, this Make in India thing is going to be a farce, and the industry would eventually be doomed. So we need to concentrate on the value-added product, but at the same time, we have to stop the flight of the raw material. Well, I think the whole country is seized about the environmental issues, and I can tell you, I have been interacting with the Commissioner Kanpur on a regular basis as far as the environmental issues are concerned. And he has really been a friend of the industry. He has done everything humanly possible to at least obviate the obviate the problem of the industry in the Jajmo region. Sir, I think this is because of you that we are still operating in the Jajmo region, because he has taken a very practical and a pragmatic approach towards the problem of the Jajmo. And he said, he has told everybody on every forum that come what may, I don't want the industry to stop, but we will definitely comply with the environmental norms. So that's a very big plus, and that's the reason, despite all the pressures from the Government of India, National Green Tribunal, we have been able to so far run the industry in this region. I think Mr. Commissioner has to leave at 11:45. I have just requested, he wanted to go early. So, and I will, I had certain other ideas which I am going to share during the technical session. But with these words, I thank you all, because this is one of the best attendance we are seeing here today in this auditorium. I think the Commissioner has been coming here regularly, and sir, because of this technical session, there's a lot of interest in the people, and this is first time it is full, because Commissioner has come here as a DI also, and also as a Divisional Commissioner also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Jalan, sir. Now I would like to request today's guest of honor, Mr. Mukhtarul Amin, sir. His vision and leadership has brought revolutionary changes in leather industry, not only in this region, but also the entire nation. He is a veteran industrialist in the sector. So, gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Mukhtarul Amin, sir. Sir, please come to the podium.
Super afternoon to everybody. आज 10 साल के बाद ये CLRI का प्रोग्राम यहाँ हो रहा है। करीब 10 साल पहले ये प्रोग्राम ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया था काफ़ी रिक्वेस्ट के बाद कि भाई इस रीजन में भी ये प्रोग्राम होना चाहिए, CLRI ने ऑर्गेनाइज किया। बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली उस टाइम अटेंडेंस इतनी कम थी कि दोबारा हम लोगों की हिम्मत नहीं पड़ी CLRI से कहने के लिए कि ये प्रोग्राम फिर ऑर्गेनाइज कीजिए। लेकिन आज यहाँ की अटेंडेंस देख करके हमें ये कॉन्फिडेंस है कि अब ये रेगुलर CLRI प्रोग्राम्स यहाँ पे होंगे। और पिछली दफ़ा भी जब प्रोग्राम हुआ था तो उनका यही क्वेश्चन था कि भाई हम आने को तो तैयार हैं, वी हैव नो प्रॉब्लम इन ऑर्गेनाइजिंग दिस प्रोग्राम्स, बट यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट अटेंडेंस हैज़ टू बी देयर। बट नाउ ऑफ कोर्स विद दिस अटेंडेंस कि हमको एक्स्ट्रा कुर्सियाँ लगानी पड़ रही हैं, आई एम श्योर दे विल हैव द कॉन्फिडेंस टू ऑर्गेनाइज दिस प्रोग्राम अगेन। आज जो इंडस्ट्री की पोजीशन है, जैसे भी जालान साहब ने बताया कि एक्सपोर्ट डाउन हो रहा है, और मेरे ख्याल से जो इस प्रोग्राम के शुरू में बच्चियों ने जो गीत सुनाया था वो आज के सिनेरियो में इंडस्ट्री के लिए भी बहुत सही है कि मन को इतनी शक्ति दे देता कि मन का विश्वास न कमज़ोर पड़ने पाए। तो आज जो इंडस्ट्री की सिचुएशन है तो वाकई मन का विश्वास कमज़ोर कहीं हो रहा है। उसको दाता से यही रिक्वेस्ट है कि वो कमज़ोर ना होने पाए, हम आगे और बढ़ें। और इस सिचुएशन में जब इंडस्ट्री के ऊपर रिसेशन के बादल हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती है। नया हम और क्या कर सकते हैं, कंपटीशन से हम कैसे लड़ सकते हैं, नए क्या प्रोडक्ट्स हम ऑफर कर सकते हैं मार्केट में, उस वक्त टेक्नोलॉजी का बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल हो जाता है। और हमें नई चीज़ों को, नई इनोवेशन क्या कर सकते हैं हम अपने प्रोडक्ट में, इसके लिए CLRI एक बहुत बड़ा सोर्स है। यहाँ जो साइंटिस्ट का पूल है, हमेशा दे आर ऑलवेज इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद द अदर साइंटिस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ नया करते रहते हैं। अगर वो इंफॉर्मेशन हमको मिलती रहे, जैसा कि जालान साहब ने कहा कि अगर साल में 2 बार ये प्रोग्राम हो जाएं तो डेफिनेटली इसका काफ़ी फायदा इंडस्ट्री को पहुंचेगा। एंड आई एम श्योर कि आज के प्रोग्राम जो हैं, जो लिस्टेड किए गए हैं, जो हमारे रीजनल चेयरमैन ने जो सब्जेक्ट जो बहरहाल इस कानपुर की इंडस्ट्री के लिए ज़रूरी हैं, वो सब आज डिस्कस होंगे और उससे ये इंडस्ट्री इसका फ़ायदा उठाएगी। हमारा रीजन, सेंट्रल रीजन, जितने प्रोडक्ट बना रहा है, जितना डाइवर्सिफाइड प्रोडक्शन बेस है, वो मैं नहीं समझता किसी और रीजन का होगा। कौन सा लेदर का प्रोडक्ट ऐसा है एक्सेप्ट हैंड ग्लव्स जो इस रीजन में नहीं बनता हो। तो इस तरह के प्रोग्राम की ज़रूरत इस रीजन को जितनी ज़्यादा है, वो शायद मैं नहीं समझता किसी और रीजन को इतनी उसका बेनिफिट उठा सकता होगा जितना इस बड़ा डाइवर्सिफाइड प्रोडक्ट रेंज है हमारी। हम सेफ्टी फुटवेयर बनाते हैं, हम फैशन फुटवेयर बनाते हैं, लेदर गुड्स है, टैनरीज में भी जितने डिफरेंट टाइप के प्रोडक्ट्स इस रीजन में बनते हैं, मैं नहीं समझता किसी और रीजन में इतनी वैरायटीज बनती होगी। तो डेफिनेटली CLRI की हेल्प इस रीजन को और आगे बढ़ाने में और फर्दर ग्रोथ में बहुत फायदा पहुंचा सकती है। मैं कमिश्नर साहब का भी बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूं, वो आज के इस प्रोग्राम में तशरीफ लाए और हमेशा से जो उनका हमेशा सपोर्ट रहा है इस इंडस्ट्री के लिए, और जैसा जालान साहब ने भी बताया कि बड़ा पॉजिटिव हमेशा रहता है, उनको इस हेल्प इंडस्ट्री के लिए हमेशा उन्होंने करी है और आगे भी हम करते हैं कि इंशाल्लाह वो हम सपोर्ट उनसे हमको हमेशा मिलता रहेगा। बहरहाल आज आप लोग सब यहाँ इस प्रोग्राम को के लिए आए हैं और अनफॉर्चुनेटली थोड़ी सी डिले भी हो गई है, सो मैं आपको और ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लूँगा। सो एंजॉय द प्रोग्राम एंड हैव ए सुपर डे। थैंक यू।
Before we invite Commissioner Kanpur Division, I would request Mr. Vishnathan to brief the members about the UNIDO program very briefly because he has to go. I just took his permission for 5 minutes. Huh? Okay. You just tell him.
Good morning. My name is Viswanathan. I'm working for United Nations Industrial Development organization. This UNIDO has started a 2-year project for Kanpur leather industry. This is Kanpur Leather Development Program. This is funded by Government of India through DAPP. I would just to say there are two main objectives in this program. One is that cleaner technologies. So in this program, what UNIDO is like to do to demonstrate these cleaner technologies. There are about 110 different methods are listed out. Out of these 110 methods, the UNIDO will try to demonstrate these technologies in the tanneries. So the objective of this mission is to reduce the pollution which is generated within the tannery process, and then so that it can be easily treated when it comes to the treatment plant. So that is the main objective. So initially now we started with 4 different technologies: hair safe unnairing and desalting, water measurement and control, solar assisted hot water and hot air generation. These are to start with. This is started. I just wanted to make a small note on this program. There is a training program is included in this project. This training is in collaboration with the UP Leather Industries Association and this Kanpur Unnao Leather Cluster Company, CLRI. Jointly, this program will be rolled out. So there is 5 stages of training will be provided. One is that UNIDO has developed a benchmarking for leather industries. So the tanneries can use this tool and benchmark themselves. They can make a self-assessment, and this is the first stage of training. And then the second stage in the month of March, there is an expert from Germany, Mr. Patrick Zerhusen. He'll be visiting the tannery and provide one-to-one training, so that it is a specific custom-made training program for these companies. That is in the second stage. And in the third stage, it will be an online training. So UNIDO has developed this online training tool, which is already provided in the leatherpanel.org in the website. It's already been rolled out for the leather product sector. In many of the African countries, this online training is ongoing for leather products. And for tanneries, in Kanpur, this will be started in the first phase. So the content development is already ongoing. From the month of March, after the visit of Mr. Patrick Zerhusen, this online training will be rolled out for these interested companies. This is the third stage, and there is a fourth stage training. So there will be an expert who will be guiding the companies while implementing through online. So that is the fourth stage, and we have also the fifth stage of training, where the results obtained will be consolidated and it will be taken for the further improvement, further continual improvement. That is the fifth stage of training. So these are the in 5 stages it has been planned it. So now this is rolled out with the support of this all the institutions, including APLIA, KULC, and CLE, CLRI. So now this is open for the companies to enroll for this training program. And there is another aspect on the second objective is the solid waste management. So there is what are the solid waste generated? Now this program will make an assessment, and there is a technology which is widely used in Europe, the tallow recovery from fleshings and the chrome shavings. So this is widely used in Europe, but it's practically not implemented in Indian sector anywhere. So one of the pilot plant on this solid waste recovery will be rolled out for this in this program. So the applicability of this technology on tallow recovery will be assessed in the few months to come. And there is another expert from Spain has been already identified for this. he will be visiting after the visit of Mr. Patrick, and he will make an assessment and analysis how this technology will be feasible. That feasibility study report he will be making, and based on that, the pilot project on this Thaler recovery will be taken. So these are the two main objectives planned on this program. Further detailed presentation is there. Maybe in the technical presentation we will be making it. Thank you, sir. Thank you for.
Thank you, sir. Gentlemen, as we are greatly encouraged by the gracious presence, and we are really immensely benefited by the presence of our Honorable Chief Guest, sir. So may I request our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Mohammad Iftikaruddin, sir, IS Commissioner, Kanpur Division, sir. Sir, I request you to say a few words on the dais, sir. Gentlemen, please welcome our Chief Guest, sir.
मिस्टर जालान साहब, मुख्तारुल अमीन साहब, इफ्तिखार साहब, चेन्नई से पधारे यहाँ सभी खास मेहमान, ऑल डिस्टिंग्विश्ड साइंटिस्ट्स और इस कार्यक्रम में भाग ले रहे सभी रेस्पेक्टेड पार्टिसिपेंट्स, प्रेस के, मीडिया के सभी हमारे बंधु, ये वाकई बहुत एक अच्छा ओकेजन है कि इंडस्ट्री और CLRI यानी जो रिसर्च से जुड़ा इंस्टीट्यूशन है, लेदर सेक्टर में रिसर्च से जुड़ा इंस्टीट्यूशन, जिसके बारे में सभी लोग जानते हैं कि बहुत पुराना है और बहुत योगदान रहा इसका देश में लेदर इंडस्ट्री को आगे बढ़ाने में। और दूसरी तरफ कानपुर में जो लेदर इंडस्ट्री है, इसने भी देश की इकोनॉमी के लिए और कानपुर और इसके आसपास के जो क्षेत्र हैं इनके विकास में बहुत अहम रोल प्ले किया है, बहुत महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है। इसको लेके कोई दो राय नहीं हो सकती। और ये इंडस्ट्री भी यहाँ का बहुत पुराना है, इसकी जड़ें यहाँ बहुत मजबूत हैं और इसको आगे और तरक्की करना है, इसको लेकर के भी कोई दो राय नहीं हो सकती। चुनौतियां जरूर हैं और जैसे ही परिस्थितियां बदलती हैं, हालात बदलते हैं, तो चुनौतियां हर सेक्टर में आती हैं। तो ये कोई लेदर सेक्टर के लिए खास बात नहीं है, बल्कि हर सेक्टर के साथ ये होता है और सदैव होता रहा है। लेकिन ये कि चुनौतियों को पहचान कर उनके लिए उपाय करना, ये एक महत्वपूर्ण एरिया होता है। वरना देखा ये जाता है कि सेक्टर वो फेल करता है जो प्रेजेंट में, वर्तमान में जो चैलेंजेस हैं, जो चुनौतियां हैं, उनकी सही पहचान ही नहीं कर पाता। क्योंकि उपाय तो होते हैं और उपाय होना कोई मुश्किल बात नहीं है। मुझे लगता है ज्यादा मुश्किल यही है कि चुनौतियों की सही पहचान। इवन पर्सनल लाइफ में भी ये होता है और जो इंडस्ट्री की बात की जाए, सोसाइटी की बात की जाए, हर जगह ये पाया जाता है कि समाधान मौजूद होते हैं, सॉल्यूशंस मौजूद होते हैं, रिसोर्सेज भी होती हैं। जैसे ये सेक्टर है तो रिसोर्सेज का कोई अभाव नहीं है। लेकिन मुझे ये लगता है, और इस मौके पर शायद ये जो आज का मौका है, जब इंडस्ट्री के लोग और जो साइंटिस्ट साहबान हैं, दोनों का एक गेट टुगेदर है, तो ऐसे मौके पर इस पर थोड़ा विचार करना ज्यादा जरूरी है कि किस दिशा में जाना है, और ये कि क्या उस दिशा में हम लोग आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, और अगर बढ़ रहे हैं तो क्या उस स्पीड से बढ़ रहे हैं जो स्पीड आवश्यक है। अगर इसी इंडस्ट्री की बात की जाए और अगर भारतवर्ष की ही बात की जाए तो क्या कानपुर में इंडस्ट्री उस स्पीड से बढ़ रही है जैसे कि चेन्नई में बढ़ रही है? अगर देश के बाहर की बात की जाए तो क्या उस स्पीड से बढ़ रही है जैसे इटली में बढ़ रही है या और देशों में बढ़ रही है? तो इसको सामने रख करके ही शायद समाधान निकलेगा कि कैसे वो गोल्स सेट किए जाए जिससे ये चेन्नई से आगे जाए, ये इटली से आगे जाए, या और भी जो कंट्रीज हैं जहां पे काफी फ्लोरिशिंग है लेदर इंडस्ट्री, तमाम तरह की चुनौतियों के बावजूद। चूंकि लेदर सेक्टर के सामने जो चुनौती है ये हिंदुस्तान के सरहद के अंदर की नहीं है, हमारे देश के सीमा के अंतर्गत की नहीं है, बिल्कुल दुनिया बल्कि जहां भी है, दुनिया में जहां भी है इसी रूप में है और इतना ही है। तो फिर क्या है कि वो लोग, उन लोगों ने चुनौतियों का सामना भी किया और उसका समाधान भी निकाल लिया, इसलिए उनके यहां कोई समस्या नहीं है, उनको एनजीटी को नहीं फेस करना पड़ रहा है। और कानपुर को एनजीटी को क्यों फेस करना पड़ रहा है? तो यही है कि फिर यही शायद बात सामने आए कि समस्या को सही तरीके से डायग्नोज नहीं किया गया है, और अगर कर लिया गया, कोई कहे कर लिया गया है, तो उसका समाधान निकालने में देरी हो रही। उदाहरण के लिए एनवायरमेंटल इशू तो भाई ऑब्वियस है, एनवायरमेंटल जो एस्पेक्ट है, जो इशू है, वो सर्वोपरि है, सबसे ऊपर है। इसके समाधान के बगैर लेदर इंडस्ट्री कहीं भी दुनिया में नहीं चल सकती, चाहे चेन्नई हो या कोलकाता हो या दुनिया का कोई और देश हो, स्थान हो। अगर इन्वायरमेंटल इशू को सही तरीके से नहीं एड्रेस किया जाएगा तो ये इंडस्ट्री नहीं चल सकती। इसकी टेक्नोलॉजी भी मौजूद है और टेक्नोलॉजी का ही इस्तेमाल करके लोगों ने इसका समाधान निकाला है। तो हम लोगों के लिए कोई मुश्किल बात नहीं, क्योंकि टेक्नोलॉजी अवेलेबल है दुनिया में, देश में। CLRI भी कहेगा कि हाँ टेक्नोलॉजी है, तो फिर इतना समय क्यों लग रहा है? क्योंकि महत्वपूर्ण बात है कि कानपुर की लेदर इंडस्ट्री को एनजीटी में क्यों जाना पड़ता है, जहां सरकार को भी जवाब देना पड़ता है और इंडस्ट्री को भी जवाब देना पड़ता है। तो कहीं ना कहीं हम लोगों को ये देखना पड़ेगा कि या तो समस्या की पहचान में कोई गड़बड़ है, या पहचान लिया है तो उसको क्रियान्वित करने में देरी हो रही है, और देरी का कारण एक के अलावा दूसरा नहीं हो सकता, और वो है इच्छा शक्ति। इच्छा शक्ति, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि रिसोर्सेज हैं भाई। भारत सरकार भी कहता है कि हमारे पास रिसोर्सेज हैं, राज्य सरकार भी कहती है कि रिसोर्सेज हैं, और आप लोगों से भी कहा जाए तो आप लोग भी कहेंगे हम लोग पीछे नहीं है। अभी जैसे कि हुआ कि भाई वो क्या बोलते हैं, वो जो अभी वो बन रहा है ना DPR 50 MLD का, तो एक तो ये कि तकरीबन 2 साल से तो मैं आयुक्त के पद पे हूं, जो एक लंबा ही समय हुआ, और इसके पहले इंडस्ट्री में था, तो मुझको तो पूरा मालूम ही होगा कि कितनी देरी हो चुकी है। देरी हो चुकी है इस बात में कि DPR बन जाए, और DPR ये सौभाग्य की बात है, अच्छी बात है कि CLRI बना रहा है। जो इसका सर्वाधिक महत्वपूर्ण और एक्सपर्ट इंस्टीट्यूशन है, वही बना रहा, किसी और को नहीं दिया गया। तो ये निर्णय भी बहुत अच्छा था जब भी हुआ कि CLRI इसको बनाएगा। इसकी कई बैठकें मेरे लेवल पर भी हुई, आप लोग भी करते होंगे, चीफ सेक्रेटरी के लेवल पे भी कई बैठकें हुई, मैंने ही कम से कम 8-10 अटेंड किया। और बैठकें तो आप जान लीजिए बहुत होती हैं, लेकिन सब में जाना संभव नहीं हो पाता। लेकिन ये कैसी बैठक है कि मैं जरूर पहुंच जाता हूं, ये मैं अपने आप को बताना चाहूंगा और आपको भी बताना चाहूंगा। ये बहुत जरूरी बात है कि बैठकें तो होती है जिसमें कमिश्नर की उपस्थिति, कमिश्नर को बुलाया जाता है, जाना भी चाहिए, लेकिन संभव नहीं हो पाता। लेकिन इसकी कोई एक बैठक ऐसी नहीं है, एक को छोड़ के, जिसमें कोई और बात हो गई थी, कोई ऐसा कारण था तो मैं नहीं गया था। तो मैंने कलेक्टर को फोन किया कि तुम जाओ, तुम जा रहे हो? बोला मैं सर जा रहा हूं। मैंने कहा जाओ और ये पॉइंट रखना। मैंने उनको फोन इसलिए किया कि ये बात आपको रखना है ताकि एक्सपेडाइट हो जाए। बोले ठीक है। मैंने कहा ये बात आपको रखनी है जिससे जल्दी हो जाए, एक्सपेडाइट हो जाए। तो ये इस बात को दर्शाता है कि हम भी चाहते हैं और आप लोग भी चाहते हैं और CLRI भी चाहते हैं कि जो भी NGT के सामने जो इश्यूज हैं उसका 100% समाधान निकल आए। क्योंकि ये बात तयशुदा है कि जब तक 100% सोल्यूशन नहीं निकलेगा तब तक NGT हमसे आपसे संतुष्ट नहीं होने वाला। उनके एक निर्णय के तहत बीच में इंडस्ट्री को, चूंकि उन्होंने पाया कि इंडस्ट्री मानक के अनुरूप नहीं काम कर रही है, तो उन्होंने बंद करने का निर्णय लिया। फिर राज्य सरकार को क्रेडिट जाता है, मुख्यतः राज्य सरकार को एक क्रेडिट जाता है, माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी को ये क्रेडिट जाता है कि ये निर्णय लिया कि प्रदेश के जो एडवोकेट जनरल हैं वो वहां आपके पक्ष को रखें और सरकार के भी पक्ष को, क्योंकि दोनों का तकरीबन एक ही पक्ष है, तो वहां रखें। क्योंकि ये निर्णय तो हर कोई नहीं ले सकता ना, तो उन्होंने ये निर्णय लिया। क्योंकि जिसके स्तर से, मैं कोई व्यक्तिगत उसकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूं, जिसके स्तर से जो पहल किया जाए और जो अच्छा काम किया जाए वो बात आनी चाहिए। इससे दूसरों का भी उत्साहवर्धन होता है, तो इसलिए ये बात मैं रख रहा हूं। और ये इस बात को दर्शाता है कि राज्य सरकार हर तरह से इंडस्ट्री को बचाना चाहती, आपका साथ देना चाहती है। लेकिन जैसे आपको NGT का सामना करना है, वैसे राज्य सरकार को भी NGT का सामना करना। वहां पूछा जाता है तो राज्य सरकार से ही पूछा जाता है। क्यों जालान साहब बताइए? राज्य सरकार से ही पूछा जाता है कि आपके यहां ऐसा क्यों? तो दिशा शायद निर्धारित हो चुकी है, मैं ये मानता हूं। नई टेक्नोलॉजी जो देश में भी सर्वत्र है और देशों में भी सर्वत्र है, कानपुर में उसको जल्दी से जल्दी लागू करके उसके अनुरूप कार्य करके, और ये जो समस्याएं आ रही हैं एनवायरमेंट को लेकर, एनवायरमेंट इश्यूज को लेकर, उससे छुटकारा पा लिया जाए। मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं समाधान, मैंने कहा छुटकारा पा लिया जाए। क्योंकि जब तक आप उससे छुटकारा नहीं पाएंगे तब तक इंडस्ट्री उस गति से नहीं फ्लोरिश करेगी जो आपकी अपेक्षा है, जिससे सरकार को भी लाभ होता है। क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री की ग्रोथ सरकार की भी मजबूरी होती है। अभी आप देखिए क्या हो रहा है। मैं जब अपने मंडल की समीक्षा करता हूं, टैक्स कलेक्शन की, रेवेन्यू कलेक्शन की, तो 3-4 बैठकों से ये बात सामने आ रही लगातार और इंप्रूवमेंट नहीं हो रहा है। वो क्या है कि टैक्स कलेक्शन हमारे यहां का ट्रेड टैक्स का खास तौर से लगभग 30% कम हो गया, 30% कम हो गया। तो मैं विभागीय अधिकारियों से कहता हूं एफर्ट करो, एफर्ट करो। तो उनका एक ही जवाब होता है, हमने कहा देखो कहीं डिवीजन हो रहा है, वहां से इसकी भरपाई करो। और अगर इसका लोगों को फैसिलिटेट करके सेल बढ़ाना है जिससे फिर टैक्स कलेक्शन बढ़ेगा तो वो करो। तो जवाब मजबूरी के तहत वो एक देते हैं, वो जवाब होता है कि सेल कम हो गई, स्टील तक की सेल कम हो गई, स्टील तक की सेल कम हो गई। रेट तो घटा ही है, जो इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में परिवर्तन हुआ है तो हमारे देश को भी लाभ मिला है उसका। जो इंटरनेशनली सुधार हुआ इकोनॉमी, उससे हमारे देश को भी लाभ मिला है। तो रेट तो घटा ही है, तो उसकी वजह से तो प्रभावित हुआ ही कि जब रेट घट जाएगा तो टैक्स का रेट तो वही है, तो जो जमा यानी नेट आना है वो घट जाएगा, तो घट गया। तो ये तो अपनी जगह है। चैलेंज ये है कि चाइना से ज्यादा आ रहा है, चाइना से ज्यादा आ रहा है। तो इंटरनेशनल इकोनॉमी इस तरह की है, तो हम लोग क्या कर सकते हैं? वो तो एक व्यवस्था बन चुकी है कि यहां का माल वहां जाएगा, वहां का माल यहां आएगा। अब उसमें तो कोई परिवर्तन नहीं होने वाला। तो पता ये चला कई तरह के चैलेंजेस। तो चाहे लेदर सेक्टर हो, इसमें भी ये बात अप्लाई करती है कि कैसे नई टेक्नोलॉजी ला करके अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को इंटरनेशनली कॉम्पिटिटिव भी बनाए, क्योंकि आज नहीं तो कल लेदर सेक्टर भी इसको फेस कर रहेगा। और मुझे मेरे पास इसके आंकड़े नहीं है, इसलिए मैं नहीं जानता। आप लोग बता सकते हैं कि आप कितना फेस कर रहे हैं या कर भी रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे, कि ये सेक्टर इफेक्ट हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है। लेकिन ये स्टील तक हो चुका है, तो मुझे लगता है ये भी हुआ होगा, लेकिन इसके आंकड़े मेरे पास नहीं है, आप बेहतर जानते होंगे। तो देखिए टेक्नोलॉजी क्यों जरूरी है, इसलिए भी जरूरी है कि इन्वायरमेंटल एस्पेक्ट तो अपनी जगह है, बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। दूसरी तरफ ये जो कंपटीशन है इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर, इसको भी सामने रख करके आपको जल्दी से जल्दी नई टेक्नोलॉजी लानी चाहिए, जिससे आपका जो प्रोडक्ट है वो कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव हो जाए, वो उसका कॉस्ट, प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट जितना भी कम हो सकता है कम हो जाए। सरकार की तरफ से यह बात प्रूफ की जा चुकी है कि किसी तरह की कोई कमी नहीं है, सरकार की तरफ से कोई कमी नहीं है। यह सरकार की कोशिश है कि भारत सरकार द्वारा, भारत सरकार को डीपीआर बनाने का पैसा देना था 8 करोड़ रुपए, भारत सरकार को देना था 8 करोड़ रुपए डीपीआर बनाने का, जो सीएलआरआई को भुगतान करना था। लेकिन सीएलआरआई बहुत लंबे समय तक काम इसलिए नहीं प्रारंभ कर सका कि उसको पैसा नहीं मिला। तो फिर क्या हुआ, राज्य सरकार ने 1.5 साल पहले की बात है, लगभग 1.5 साल अब हो चुका होगा, राज्य सरकार ने यह निर्णय लिया कि भारत सरकार भले पैसा देने से मना कर दिया, हम राज्य सरकार के लेवल से पैसा देंगे। तो राज्य सरकार ने यह पैसा रिलीज किया सीएलआरआई को। सीएलआरआई इज विटनेस टू इट, सीएलआरआई इज विटनेस टू इट। हमको पता नहीं कब भारत सरकार देगा, हम लोगों को नहीं मालूम, लेकिन राज्य सरकार ने इसकी आवश्यकता को महसूस करते हुए, इसकी गंभीरता को सामने रख करके यह निर्णय लिया। ऐसे ही देखिए अभी आप जो एनजीटी के कहने पर एक तो लॉन्ग टर्म मेजर्स अपनाए जाने हैं, जिसमें आपका सीटीपी बनना है 50 एमएलडी का। एक ये सोचा गया कि कुछ शॉर्ट टर्म मेजर्स भी अपना करके और जल्दी से जल्दी जो अभी की जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, जिससे एनजीटी ने जो निर्देश दिए हैं, तो एनजीटी के निर्देशों का पालन हो जाए, तो उसके लिए शॉर्ट टर्म मेजर्स भी 7-8 अपनाए गए, शॉर्ट टर्म मेजर्स। और उसके लिए जल निगम से पूछा गया कि कितना पैसा चाहिए, तो उन्होंने 5,70,00,000 रुपए की डिमांड की। यह बात आज से 8-10 महीने पहले की है। 5,70,00,000 की डिमांड किया। मैंने खुद उनसे, मैं लगातार मीटिंगें उनके साथ करता रहा अपने यहां, और फिर यह बात सामने आई कि 5,70,00,000। और यह पहली बार चेन्नई कॉरपोरेशन ने भी कभी लेदर सेक्टर को पैसा नहीं रिलीज किया होगा। चेन्नई म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन ने भी नहीं रिलीज किया होगा। किया हो तो बता दीजिएगा, पूछ के बता दीजिएगा। वहां तो जो होता है उसमें इंडस्ट्री का, मैंने जो सुना है, जो जाना है, इंडस्ट्री की ज्यादा भूमिका होती है। कोलकाता म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन ने भी नहीं दिया होगा। अगर हुआ हो तो बता दीजिएगा, तो हम सुधार कर लेंगे। लेकिन कानपुर म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन ने मेरे कड़े निर्देश पर कि तुरंत 5,70,00,000 रुपया दे दो। मैंने म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर को बुला के कहा तुरंत 5,70,00,000, और उनको पैसा हमने दिलाया या दिया, और उससे भी काम हुए। इसी तरह म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन को भी कुछ काम करने थे, जो मैंने बताया आपको 7-8 स्टेप्स शॉर्ट टर्म मेजर्स के अपनाने थे। उसमें से 2-3 तो इसलिए नहीं अभी पूरा हो पाए, 3 की संख्या में। उसका कारण यह है कि वो डीपीआर रिपोर्ट आने पर ही इंप्लीमेंट हो सकता है। वो डीपीआर आने पर ही इंप्लीमेंट हो सकता है। तो डीपीआर सीएलआरआई जिस दिन देगा, उस दिन हम लोग इंप्लीमेंट करने की सोचेंगे। पहले क्या कर सकते हैं, क्या कर सकते हैं हम क्या कर सकते हैं, राज्य सरकार क्या कर सकती है? जिस दिन सीएलआरआई अपनी रिपोर्ट देगा, उस दिन इन 3 बिंदुओं पर भी कार्रवाई करेंगे, इंशाल्लाह करेंगे। लेकिन जो बिना सीएलआरआई के डीपीआर के करना था, वो किया गया। ये एक कंसीडर्ड डिसीजन था, ये एक कंसीडर्ड डिसीजन था कि 50 एमएलडी का सीटीपी नया बनेगा, 50 एमएलडी का बनेगा। परंतु आज से 6 महीने पहले या 5-6 महीने ही हुआ होगा, भारत सरकार से सचिव महोदय आए थे। उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा किया, हम लोग उनके शुक्रगुजार हैं सचिव महोदय के, कि उन्होंने खुद वो कानपुर आए और मेरे यहां बैठक हुई, जिसमें आप में से भी कुछ लोग मौजूद रहे होंगे। तो फिर वहां यह हुआ कि 50 की जगह इसको कम कर दिया जाए, 50 एमएलडी की जगह इसको कम करके बनाया जाए। तो 20 की बात हुई। फिर यह हुआ कि आपकी तरफ से ही ये बात बताई गई कि 20 तो हो सकता है वर्तमान के अनुरूप शायद काम चल जाए, लेकिन कुछ ना कुछ तो बढ़ोतरी होती रहती है। तो ऐसे में इसको कुछ और बढ़ाया जाए। तो अब उसको सामने रख के भी सीएलआरआई को आज से करीब 6 महीने पहले ये चीफ सेक्रेटरी साहब के यहाँ जो बैठक हुई थी, उसमें निर्देश दे दिए गए थे कि जैसा सेक्रेटरी साहब भारत सरकार ने निर्देश दिया है, उसी का अनुरूप बनाइए। ये उनके निर्देश, वही निर्देश दे के गए थे कि ये 50 एमएलडी नहीं, इसको कम का बनाया जाए। तो यही निर्णय हुआ कि भारत सरकार से जो निर्देश मिला है कि इसको कम का बनाइए, तो इसको कम का बना के दीजिए, लेकिन जल्दी कीजिए। तो ये महत्वपूर्ण बात है, मुझे लगता है इससे ज्यादा इस वक्त कोई महत्वपूर्ण बात नहीं है कि CLRI अब मतलब मैं तो चाहूंगा कि 2-4 दिन, हफ्ते दिन के अंदर अपना DPR प्रस्तुत कर। और मैंने भी प्रदेश सरकार के स्तर पर यह बात रखी है कि जैसे ही CLRI से DPR प्राप्त हो जाए, क्योंकि हम लोग जो भी उसमें आपके सुझाव थे, हम लोगों के सुझाव थे, जो हमारे यहाँ कई बैठकें हुई उसमें हमने भी सुझाव दिए, जैसे वो व्यवहारिक हो, और आपने भी सुझाव दिए, उसको भी इंक्लूड कराया। और राज्य सरकार के लेवल पर मुख्य सचिव साहब के स्तर पर बैठक हुई, वहां भी जो भी सुझाव थे उसको भी इंक्लूड करा दिया गया। तो अब हम लोगों को कुछ नहीं करना है, हम लोगों को कुछ नहीं करना है। अब तो ये कि CLRI जिस दिन रिपोर्ट सबमिट करेगा राज्य सरकार को, तो मैंने ये राज्य सरकार से अनुरोध कर रखा है, बार बार किया है, कि जैसे ही CLRI DPR सबमिट करती है, इसको भारत सरकार को तुरंत भेज दिया जाए, जिससे कि जो स्वीकृति भारत सरकार से अपेक्षित है, तो भारत सरकार इसको स्वीकृत कर दे। और फिर इसमें राज्य सरकार तो तैयार है, राज्य सरकार ने हमेशा कहा, राज्य सरकार तो आप ये जान लीजिए, आप ये जान लीजिए कि राज्य सरकार अगर DPR आपका भारत सरकार भेजती है तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि हमको जो फंड देना हम तैयार हैं। अभी जैसे हमने आपके कानपुर के लिए पहली बार पिछले 1.5-2 साल में विकास की तरफ इसको ले जाने का प्रयास किया है, इसको विकास की तरफ ले जाएंगे। इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तो मुझे याद है, इसकी अब मैं क्या गिनाऊं, 2:30 बज जाएगा, आवश्यकता नहीं है, और होगी तो आगे अलग बैठक करके बताएंगे। ये भी जानना जरूरी है शहरवासियों के लिए, नगरवासियों के लिए, कि कितने सारे अनगिनत एफर्ट्स किए जा रहे हैं। और आप लोगों के लिए भी जानना जरूरी है कि कानपुर का तेजी से विकास हो रहा है। बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स, छोटे छोटे नहीं, छोटे तो कहीं हम लोगों ने 90 करोड़ की सड़कें गलियों में बनवा दी, कहीं 40 करोड़ की जल निगम से जल संस्थान को दे दिया कि लो ये करो, और सब लोकल रिसोर्सेज से किया, सब लोकल रिसोर्सेज से किया। अभी 3 बजे नगर निगम की एक बैठक है, समीक्षा बैठक, उसमें मैं निर्देश देने जा रहा हूं कि 4-5 कमेटी बनाने जा रहा हूं आज, पहली बता दे रहा हूं। आज की बैठक इसलिए रखी है, अधिकारियों की टीम गठित करके एक एक मोहल्ले की सड़क की तकनीकी जांच कराने जा रहे हैं, क्वालिटी की, कि हमने 85 करोड़ रुपए अपनी मेहनत से रिलीज कराया, तो हम देखना चाहते हैं कि क्या है मौके पर। और मैं एडवांस में बता दे रहा हूं, मैं किसी को स्पेयर नहीं करूंगा, मेरे हाथ से कोई स्पेयर नहीं हो पाएगा। मैंने अधिकारियों को पकड़ना भी शुरू कर दिया है। आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू स्पेयर एनीबडी, बिकॉज आई एम इन बिजनेस। बिजनेस का मतलब वो बिजनेस नहीं, मैंने जब यहां ज्वाइन किया था तो दूसरे दिन ऐसी मैं बैठक किया, तो मैंने देखा ये तो माहौल ही कुछ और नजर आ रहा है। तो मैं अंदर गया, तो मैंने अंदर बात किया कि बड़ा अजीब माहौल है, तो बहुत सुधार करना पड़ेगा। तो मुझे किसी ने कहा कि बात दरअसल ये है कि अधिकारी लोग भी अब बिजनेस करने लगे। हमने कहा इसका मुझे ज्ञान नहीं था, लेकिन अब मुझे समझ में आ रहा है। तो सब अधिकारी ऐसे नहीं है, बहुत से बहुत आउटस्टैंडिंग है, जैसे समाज में भी होते हैं, डॉक्टर्स भी होते हैं, इंजीनियर्स भी होते हैं। तो सभी सेवाओं में बहुत आउटस्टैंडिंग, बहुत लेबोरियस, लॉयल भी, मेहनती भी, हार्ड वर्किंग भी अधिकारी हैं। लेकिन जैसे सब जगह गिरावट आई है, तो क्या यहां नहीं आएगी क्या? But we are the people who go to any extent, because I'm not the loser. I have a personality, I have a perspective in life where there is always a win-win situation. एक यहाँ कानपुर में प्रोजेक्ट इंप्लीमेंट होना है, तो 3-4 दिन पहले मैंने सारे प्रशासन के अधिकारियों को बुलाया, ऑल, आई कॉल देम ऑल, बी सीटेड बिफोर। मैंने देखा देर हो रही है, तो आई टोल्ड माय ऑफिसर्स दैट लुक, चाहे इस प्रोजेक्ट को इंप्लीमेंट करने में जो बाधा आ रही है उसको दूर करने के लिए मेरा ट्रांसफर हो जाए, लेकिन तब भी मैं ये देखना चाहूंगा कि ये प्रोजेक्ट आ जाए। और तब हो सकता है मेरे कोई वो होते हैं, मतलब आलोचक, तो वो ताली बजाएं कि चलो गए। कोई बात, तो किसी अधिकारी ने कहा नहीं सर आपके आलोचक नहीं, मैंने कहा नहीं हो सकते, कोई बात नहीं, बट हमने कहा वो ताली बजाएंगे तो मैं भी उस क्वालिटी का आदमी हूं कि मैं भी ताली बजाऊंगा कि आई डिड इट ऑन द फेस ऑफ दिस अर्थ, बिकॉज वी आर द पीपल हु हैव ईमान एंड वी नो द मीनिंग ऑफ ईमान व्हिच ऑलवेज गिव्स अ विन-विन सिचुएशन। Win-win situation. Here there is no win-lose situation. I am not the loser. I am always the winner. ये तो धोखा होता है आंख का कि लोगों को दिखता है कौन हार गया कौन जीत गया, असलियत में कुछ और ही होता है, असलियत में कुछ और ही होता है। तो आपको एक अच्छा प्रशासन मिला है, यहाँ के प्रशासनिक अधिकारी, इन्हीं का प्रोजेक्ट था, हाथों हाथ, कोई नहीं बोल सकता, जितने भारत सरकार की एनटीपीसी की योजना आ रही, जो कोई नहीं बोल सकता कि पूरा सहयोग, फ्रेट कॉरिडोर आ रहा, ये लोग परेशान है। हमने कहा फैसले तो करके दे दिए, अब किसानों का मुआवजा कब मिलेगा, मुआवजा कब मिलेगा, लाइए पैसा लाइए, दीजिए ना। भारत सरकार के अधिकारियों को डायरेक्ट चिट्ठी लिखा, सब फैसले कर दिए, 400 केस डिसाइड कर दिए, दीजिए पैसा दीजिए, ताकि आपको, चूंकि किसान को पैसा मिल जाएगा तो कब्जा दे देगा, आप प्रोजेक्ट आगे बढ़ाइए, प्रोजेक्ट आगे बढ़ाइए। तो एक आदमी नहीं मिलेगा, न मिलने देंगे कि जो कहे कि हमें सहयोग नहीं मिल रहा। तो इसी स्पिरिट से आपको सहयोग दिया है, राज्य सरकार के ही निर्देश है कि आपको सहयोग दिया। जब आपकी इंडस्ट्री बंद हो गई थी तो मुझे सीधे माननीय मुख्यमंत्री जी ने फोन किया कि देख लीजिए कुछ हो जाए तो इसका वो करवाइए, सीधे मुझे फोन किया था। तो पता चला राज्य सरकार के भी यही निर्देश है। लेकिन अंतिम बात यही कहना चाहते हैं कि जब ऐसा अवसर आ जाए तो सब लोगों को मिलकर कुछ कर लेना चाहिए, है ना। हाँ, जब ऐसा अवसर मिले तो सब लोगों को मिलकर, ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए बस ऐसे ही रहेगा हमेशा, ऐसे तो एक पल भी नहीं रहता, परिवर्तन आता रहता है, न व्यक्तिगत जीवन में रहता है न कहीं रहता है। ये सब फिलॉसफी नहीं है, ये यथार्थ की बातें हैं। बहुत से लोग खाली फिलॉसफी जी रहे हैं, 90% लोग मैं देखता हूं, नहीं, यथार्थ में जिए ना। अगर कोई आपको अवसर मिला है तो उससे कुछ करके दिखाइए। हो सकता नहीं शाम, ये नहीं होता कि शाम को पास आपको वही अवसर रहेगा। अल्लाह ने इस सृष्टि को ऐसा नहीं बनाया है, इस कायनात को ऐसा बना ही नहीं है। आप अपने हिसाब से चलाएंगे क्या? बहुत से लोग चलाने की कोशिश करते हैं तो फेल हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि वो चला ही नहीं सकते। तो जो सूझबूझ दिया है अल्लाह ने वो इसी हिसाब से है कि जब जो मौका मिला है उसका भरपूर उपयोग करो, और जो उस मौका मिले उस वक्त उस काम को कर डालो। तो आप लोगों के लिए, एवं CLRI के लिए भी एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि जल्दी से DPR तैयार करें। उसमें हमारे सहयोग की भी आवश्यकता, चूंकि प्रशासन तो रोल प्ले करता ही है, उसका रोल तो हर जगह रहता ही है ना। वो भले ना बताता फिरे या अखबार में ना छपे कि प्रशासन ने क्या किया, कोई बात नहीं है, लेकिन उसका रोल रहता है। इसीलिए जब कोई काम खराब हो जाता है सोसाइटी में या कहीं भी, तो लोग किसको दोष देते? प्रशासन को। वहां प्रशासन याद आ जाता है। तो इसे ये तो पता चला ना कि प्रशासन का रोल रहता है। तो माशाअल्लाह, इट इज ए गुड अपॉर्चुनिटी, देयर इज ए गुड एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, देयर इज ए गुड गवर्नमेंट which wants to help the leather industry in Kanpur. So come forward and do whatever is possible as early as possible. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं आप सबका धन्यवाद करता
हूं। Thank you, sir. Thank you for a very impressive speech towards good governance and helping to this industry. Now, I request our event coordinator, Mrs. Sunita, to come forward and to start memento presentation ceremony. Mrs. Sunita, please.
Thank you very much, sir. It is our great pleasure to start the memento presentation ceremony. First of all, I would request our regional chairman, Shri Mohammad Iftikhar Saab, to present the memento to our chief guest of the function, Shri Iftikharuddin Saab. Now, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now I request Shri Ujjwal Kumar Ghatak, GRD CLE, to present the memento to our guest of honor, Shri Mukhtarul Amin, sir. I call upon Shri UK Sharma, CLRI, to present memento to Shri Jalan, sir. I request Mr. Javed Iqbal, sir, to present memento to Dr. Sanjeev Gupta, sir. Now I request Sri Bhattacharya, sir, to give memento to our regional chairman, Mohammad Iftikhar, sir. I request Shri Ashraf Rijwan, sir, to please present memento to the Shri P. Saravanan, Senior Principal Secretary, CLRI. Chief. Now I request Sri O.P. Pandey sir, ADCLE, to present memento to Sri K.K. Rishiraj, Krishnaraj, Senior Principal Scientist. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, be seated. We have to start technical session soon after this. Please be seated. Yes, please be seated. Only the chief guest is proceeding. Soon after our technical session will start.
नहीं वही सामने बैठते हैं हाँ. I believe all of our tenor friends are here to be a part of the technical session and to get enlightened of what CLRI has developed new. So, Mr. Sanjeev Gupta, please start. कौन भट्टाचार्य साहब, now you take control of this and then.
सर मैं आपको चेयरमैन के लिए अनाउंस करता हूँ.
चेयरमैन क्या करेगा?
मैं अनाउंस करता हूँ.
P. Saravanan, then Dr. Sanjeev Gupta, then Dr. Krishnaraj.
अभी दौड़ेगा.
First P. Saravanan.
Gentlemen, we are starting now our technical session, which is very important to us. And to be panel chairman of the session, I would like to request our honorable, very important, knowledgeable person, Mr. R.K. Jalan sir, to be chaired in the technical session, please, sir.
Yeah, I am sitting here. I will intervene if necessary. Okay, I am sitting here.
Sir. Yes, sir. We are requesting you to be the panel chairman as well as the moderator for question and answer session also. Now, sir, Bhattacharya sir, please.
Let me request Mr. P. Saravanan, Senior Principal Scientist, to start presentation, and thereafter Dr. Sanjeev Gupta, and followed by Dr. K. Krishnaraj.
It gives me much pleasure to be here in Kanpur.
during the neutralization after gasification, and the salt, the neutral salts that are associated with the leather auxiliaries, such as basic chromium sulfate, which contains about 30% of neutral salts, and the syntans, and also other auxiliaries. So these are the sources of the neutral salts. And sodium sulfide used for unhairing, and the basic chromium salt. These three are the important pollutants. Now, the major polluting processes are hair pulping process of unhairing, the ammonium salt based delamining. These two are the important process apart from the chromium tanning, which we have addressed already. Now, let us understand as to how to manage the salt and adhere to the total dissolved solids in chloride standards. Salt-free systems are best options, no doubt, but implementation of the salt-free systems need organizational changes and governmental interventions. Therefore, very wee bit of scope is left with the tanners. Therefore, for the present, till such salt-free options have been are implemented, the tanners need to manage the salt within the house. Therefore, the soak liquor needs to be segregated, and it can be evaporated, but the evaporated salt will be contaminated with the protein and other organic matter. Therefore, to remove the organic matter, we can resort to the electro-oxidation, and the salt which we obtain after evaporation will be pure to the extent of 93%. The operating cost is about 100 rupees per meter cube. Soak liquor contains sodium chloride, globular proteins, lipids, and blood isotope. Though through electro-oxidation, the soak liquor, when we subject it, the organic contaminants can be removed, and further, if we evaporate the soak liquor, we will get pure sodium chloride to the extent of about 93% purity, which can be very well reused. Now, the salt used for pickling. Direct chromium liquor recycling, this is one of the technologies of CSIRO, Australia, and this had been implemented in several places in Tamil Nadu in collaboration with CSIRO. This technology is very simple technology. This addresses not only the issue of salt, but also chromium. According to this technology, the cost is about 100 meter cube, 100 rupees per meter cube. There is a chemical saving also. So therefore, the net benefit is about 80 rupees per meter cube. The technology is the chromium based water is collected and subjected to screening to remove gross solid matters, and then it is acidified. The acid that we are to use for the next day for pickling can be used, and the pH shall be brought to 2, around 2, and the salt can also be added. This acidified chromium liquor can be directly used for pickling of the subsequent batch. And the chromium tanning can also be conducted in the same bath, minimizing the offer of chromium. For example, if we offer 8% chromium every time, in this system, it is sufficient to add 6% of the chromium, because 2% of the chromium is already there in the pickle liquor. And the liquor the chromium liquor need not be discharged out at all. When we visited Australia about 6-7 years back, a tannery had been practicing this technology for 5 years at that time. And we were given to understand that the same tannery is practicing DCLR even now. So this is such a foolproof system and very simple. And unlike the chromium precipitation and reuse, where we get a lot of supernatant, here there is no issue of supernatant also. Salt present in the auxiliaries. Insofar the salt present in the auxiliaries are concerned, we can only resort to salt-free syntans, liquid syntans, and low salt syntans and other auxiliaries. There are some products in some of the leading manufacturers. Of course, they cost a little bit more, but again, the environmental advantage is quite colossal, and we can resort to such products. Then salt generated during deliming and neutralization. When it comes to deliming, the best thing what we can do is to treat the deliming wastewater, remove the organic matter, and the deliming wastewater can be reused for soaking. Ultimately, if you look at it, eventually it will all lead to no discharge of wastewater, waste stream. You will understand that at the end. Therefore, the cost is about 12 rupees per meter cube. The deliming wastewater contains ammonium salt, calcium salt, globular proteins, and lipids. If through electrooxidation we can remove the globular proteins and lipids completely, and treated wastewater is safe to be reused in soaking. And after soaking, that wastewater eventually will go to solar evaporation, and the salt can be collected again. The salt can be reused. The system is completely the environmental impact is terminated in each point. That is the important crux of these systems. Now, the salt generated during neutralization. In neutralization, we have basically 3 streams: washing before neutralization, neutralization, and washing after neutralization. It is very easy to reuse the wastewater without any treatment to the previous process. That is, the washing wastewater of washing before neutralization can be reused for rechroming, the previous process. Similarly, the wastewater of neutralization can be reused for washing before neutralization. Wastewater of washing after neutralization can be reused for neutralization. Now, if you see, this is one-time reuse. Finally, it goes to rechroming, and rechroming after, at that stage, we need to do the treatment. 12 rupees per meter cube is the cost. Now, when it comes to sodium sulfide, lime-based sulfide-free unhading is safe. Eliminating lime and sulfide at one go is associated with certain issues, but eliminating the sulfide alone and using enzyme in the lime system using certain alkaline proteases proved to be very safe and also cost effective. And there are few enzymes available in the market itself, which I myself have used and found at commercial scale. I tried at commercial scale and found that these enzymes are fruitful for hide systems, not only skins. And the cost increase will be around 12,000 rupees per ton of hide. But again, the environmental advantage that we get, the cost benefit, this is just only cost. If you compare the benefits are overwhelming with respect to environment as well as the quality of the hides. And this is again hair saving process. The disposal of the hair is very easy in this case. And when it comes to the subsequently the reliming wastewater can also be reused. If lime sulfide unhairing is opted, then hair saving process can be done by removing the hair intermittently during the unhairing, even for cow hides. Wastewater from liming is subjected to screening to remove the gross solids. Then it is subjected to electrooxidation for about 2 hours to remove the organic matter. Another option is you don't need to do electrooxidation also. You just age it for 4 days. If you age the lime liquor for 4 days, all the organic matter will be converted into amines, and these amines are very much beneficial in removing the scud. You will get a very clean pelt. What you need to have is to have a storage system to store 4 days lime liquor. That's all, nothing else. You don't need to do treatment at all. And this is not something new. This had been practiced by our people traditionally. long time back. And again, in managing chromium, as I have told you already, the DCLR system, the direct chromium liquor recycling, can be practiced. And this DCLR system had been implemented in 2 places at commercial scale and in Erode, and they are following very regularly. Now, what are the options at a glance? And all these options that I have presented now are commercially proven at a large scale, not at laboratory scale, not at pilot scale. This had been tried at commercial scale and done at several levels and a different product mix and proved successful. Reuse of recovered salt, no sulfide lime-based engineering system, reuse of wastewater from liming and reliming, reuse of deliming streams, direct chromium liquor recycling, reuse of rechroming and gasification process streams, as well as the neutralization and wet finishing stream. And the reuse of neutralization streams and wet finishing streams is being done in Kanpur, that is Amar Brothers. They have been doing this zero discharge process for about 2.5 years. And very recently, couple of months back, because they opted for a different process, they want one more plant. It had been installed. The new design plant had been installed, and they are quite happy. Therefore, all these are proven technologies. This is the options at a glance. If you look at it, module by module, you can implement all these technologies. You don't need to go at a go, one shot. No, you can opt these technologies module by module and perfect the technology over a period of time. Maybe in 1.5 years or so, you will not be discharging any wastewater at all. Perhaps all these issues, what we have been thinking as too great issues and too much, very difficult to solve, you yourself will understand that these are very not very difficult. I will not say very easy, but not really very difficult. If we try and attempt to do all these technologies, implement all these technologies in modules, perhaps we will be able to do a fantastic system at the end of the day. Now, yeah, I'll just touch upon the solid waste, because this is going to be the issue of the future. I'll just touch upon the solid waste. From solid waste, let me assure you, we can make very good returns out of the solid waste. We presently we are spending, rather we are disposing the way in which it should not be, but it is possible to make a good revenue out of these. Possible utilization of raw trimmings, we can make compost, hydrolysate, gelatin. Pharmaceutical grade gelatin can be made from these raw trimmings. And there is a great demand in India for pharmaceutical grade gelatin. On one hand, we are importing gelatin and make capsules, and again we are exporting as a country. And it is very easy. The technology had been perfected and proved at pilot scale. There are buyers like Dita Gelatin and others. They are approaching CLRI to get this technology, and it is a fantastic material. It is very easy. The technology is not something very difficult, but very easy. At the same time, we'll be getting good revenue from this, and also animal feed and bird feed. This is also possible. CLRI collaborated with the CFTRI in developing this technology. The chicken feed had been developed, and also fish feed had been developed. These technologies are tested. As a matter of fact, this animal feed technology had been transferred to one of the companies. And possible utilization of hair is compost. We can do syntan. We can manufacture it's a very simple process. We can manufacture syntan from the keratin hydrolysate along with the acrylic products, copolymerization, graft copolymerization, and we can take amino acids. The amino acids is a very great market, cysteine particularly, for the cosmetic and pharmaceutical industries. Chrome savings again. Viswanathan was mentioning that tallow is possible. We can make tallow from flushings as well as chrome savings. Yes. Apart from that, we can make syntans and fertilizers also from chrome savings. Crust and finish leather trimming, again syntan and leather board can be made. So these are some of the options for addressing the solid waste. And whatever I have presented, the technologies are ready. It is not that we need to source the technology. Thank you all very much for listening. Yes, sir. Flushings, flushings are basically have. Okay. 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 Now, normally the flushings what you have must be having three components. One, the chemicals such as lime and sulfide, protein, lipid. Remove the chemicals first by the regular deliming that we do, resorting but not resorting to ammonium salt, but using acetic acid. Now the chemicals are removed. It is only organic. We can remove the lipid and protein by hydrolysis, thermochemical method or thermal method. We can remove these two. Very much feasible. What you can do is you can try in a pilot scale first, which will not cost you much in your own place. You just 100 kilogram at that scale. You try first. The lipid can go for certain industries, tallow and other industries. The protein, if you prepare the protein in such a way, it can go as an organic resource for preparation of the compost. And there are many other utilities for collagen hydrolysate. I don't get you. The technology is very much available with CLRI. CLRI. Yeah, you can contact Mr. Bhattacharya. Even after the meeting, I will also give you my contact. You can contact him. He will certainly facilitate. We can put up. See, you don't need to buy the technology initially. What I would advise you is, you don't need to buy the technology initially. You just invest for a pilot plant. We will try and do the technology and prove it to you here itself. Then you license, get the license of the technology from CLRI. Okay. Okay.
What we get, it cannot be. There are salt shakers and everything. Every industry is trying to recover the salt, but that salt does not go away. I think if you recall, I think 2-3 years back, this question was raised by one of the member of parliament from this region, and you had suggested some magnesium sulfate and mixture of salt, and so that's going to reduce the salt load. I want this to be brought to the means. I have been taking this up at the different levels with the government. But if this comes from the CLRI and aggressively put forward to the government at different levels, because we need also CLRI help to go this message down to the real butchers. That's a big problem. In every state, it has to go to the butchers, because so that they can reduce the salt load, and we would need that help. I am going to take it up with the state government here in the state government in Uttar Pradesh, because the gentleman who was the principal secretary of QUIC, KVIC, under whose jurisdiction this collection of height comes, believe it or not, he told me that they receive 12 million fallen heights every year. So that's a lot. And if we need to educate them, and how we can do it means industry does not have the infrastructure. We need to have the CLRI help to educate them. Number two, I have taken it very strongly with the government. especially in the organized slaughterhouses, about the brine curing.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that, sir?
Brain curing is a best method. All the non-saline curing systems have one issue. Even if the hides and skins are cured without salt, when we take it to soaking, we have to use a minimum amount of salt to dissolve the globular proteins. Therefore, the brain curing.
Say that again, sir.
Even if you do not apply salt during during curing, and preserve the skins using some other technique, when we do soaking, we need to use salt then deliberately, because it does not contain salt. The reason is we need to remove the globular proteins.
Okay.
In presence of salt, only the globular proteins can be removed. Therefore, the brain curing in both way best, meaning the brain curing is done with a low amount of salt, and again that salt is actually useful for soaking. And such a limited amount of salt can be removed very easily. If we push the concept of organized slaughterhouse and resorting to brain curing, this is best and a great boon for tanners.
Okay.
This is what the industries keep asking, sir. This has to be mandatory for the slaughterhouses.
No, I already have. I just wanted to ask him, the reason only being because I have already propagated this with the government only for the organized slaughterhouses, means the private slaughterhouses, because the government slaughterhouses, I don't think they can do justice.
As we know that the 90% hides are coming only from the
buffalo hides.
Oh, buffalo hides we are talking. Yes. Here we are talking about buffalo hides.
Yeah. No, I think I just wanted to make a clarification from Mr. Sain. To be honest with you, I never knew that you have to still add salt in the soaking. So that's
if you give me,
that's a good education for me.
If you no, thank you, sir. If you give me green hide to do soaking of green hide, I'll use 2% salt, sir.
Okay, but still we are going to reduce a lot of salt.
Exactly, exactly. Because from about 13-14% to 2% is a great amount of reduction, and this 2% can be easily manageable.
Okay. Now,
do you have any idea when we are talking about the brine curing, what percentage we are going to use in comparison of the solid salts we are using? I mean, how much percentage we are
reduction,
even in the
reduction?
Okay. Now, in normal preservation, the preservation is done in 2 or 3 stages. In south, it is done in 3 stages. Here in northern part of India, it is done in 1 stage or 2 stages. In any case, the average amount of salt on the weight of the skin or hide used is about 7% to 17%. 17%. In some cases, it goes up to 40%. Now, in the case of brain curing, it will not be more than the final uptake of the salt will not be more than 7 to 10%. And again, the same water, that is soak liquor, after removing the globular proteins, can again be used for recuring easily. That is one great advantage.
Yeah, that has to be reused. All.
Yes, yes. Yes. Yeah.
No, the abattoir is going to reuse it. That's what he is saying. No, what you are going to add? 2%. The 2% salt which you are going to add in the soak.
We don't need the 2%.
That's what he's saying.
No.
Yeah. In brain curing, we don't need to add salt. There are 2 options. I got your question. There are 2 options. One, in tannery itself, for those who store the raw material for a longer period, need to do one more preservation. That is brain dipping. For that, this treated soak liquor can be used. Number 1. Number 2, the brain curing, brain wastewater after treatment can be transported to the nearest places, or slaughterhouses, or any other places. Yes, I agree with you. There are logistic issues, but in many tanneries, to preserve the material, again they do resalting. In such cases, this brine can be reused after treatment. Yeah, correct. But again, it will true. But again, you have a salt, which is at your disposal in the form of wastewater, which can be reused. That is a possibility.
The problem is the whatever the hides we are receiving, even from the abattoirs or from the local slaughterhouses, they are adding the salt just to gain a weight of their loads.
Correct.
Because they are selling as per the load. It's an
By
only
kilos.
commercial aspect.
Correct.
The point is that when we are asking, this has to be done at the source, means then we are really getting 7 to 10% salts.
Correct.
This is what you are saying.
Correct. In some cases,
which is still quite low. What we are getting today.
Yes, you are right. That's what I'm saying. In some cases, it goes up to 40%.
No, that's going to Farhan.
Yeah.
You have something to say?
Have you worked on sludge? Because today in Kanpur, we have the major issue why the primary treatment plants fail. It is because the sludge cannot be segregated and we don't have a proper usage system for the sludge. Is there any calorific value in the sludge of primary? Can't we generate electricity out of it?
From primary sludge, it is very, very, very difficult. From there are scope and possibilities to use the secondary sludge, but when it comes to the primary sludge, it is very difficult because the primary sludge, the contaminants are primarily the suspended inorganic matter. Therefore, what one has to do is, whatever sludge we have, primary sludge we have, which needs to be disposed, we have to look for one-time solution, which aptly something like construction industry or something like that we have to look for. But as a long-term measure, what we have to resort to is that we need to arrest the generation of primary sludge. How can we do that? The primary sludge contaminants are nothing but your resources like lime, sodium sulfide and other chemicals, which you buy giving money. Why to waste them and again spending money on disposing them? Therefore, the long-term solution could be a zero discharge, not through reverse osmosis. Try and learn from the mistake done by the Tamil Nadu Tanners. It's my request not to opt for reverse osmosis. But there are other methods, electro-oxidation, and there are several methods. Even the native methods, very native methods, we can resort to and try and eliminate the generation of primary sludge. Yes.
And today in our families, especially in the Kanpur clusters, the space constraint is very.
Yeah, that was the next question.
We cannot segregate all the flows. That is why we are not able to adopt this technology which CLRI has shown before also. So are you not working on something that we can do at the final stage? It means before primary treatment, we do some treatment and reuse at least 50-60% of our water.
I break your question into two parts. Number one, you express the difficulty. I accept the difficulty. We'll try and find out the solutions through right engineering means. Instead of going horizontal, you go vertical. You say you don't have space, but you have volume, no. Okay, instead of going horizontal, you go vertical. Let us try and explore the possibility through engineering means. This is one. The second part is, if you mix two streams of different nature, you are creating secondary pollutants. They are neither your resources nor easy to treat. Therefore, the first rule number one shall be, do not mix all the streams. That is the rule number one. Even the simple domestic wastewater treatment, no, what people say now, the new concept is the kitchen wastewater segregate, the toilet wastewater segregate. It is very easy. If you mix these two, no, you have to resort to a highest level of wastewater treatment for the wastewater generated from washing your utensils. These are organics, which you can very well send it to your garden. The concept is, do not, if you mix the lime wastewater and pickling wastewater, what will happen? You generate neutral salts, which are not your resources, and you have to spend a lot of money to treat them. That is the concept.
Yeah, Mr. Rai, you have something.
We have a lot of salt.
ठीक है यार.
I could hear him. Yeah.
During the soaking, before the soaking process.
Yes.
What we can do with that salt?
You mean the salt which you recovered? Fantastic. You make a concentrated solution. So what prevents you from reusing this salt, sir? No, no. If I reuse this salt for preservation,
Already we don't have the time for the preservation. We buy the hides from the market.
okay.
And then they are within a week,
Hmm.
you can take it to some.
Supposing if you give a pure salt from your tanning in your factory, will you be able to sell it to somebody or ask some pure salt?
So nobody can interested to buy the.
No, let them not buy. At least will they take it free of cost? Pure salt, 95% purity. Then you have to resort to salt-free system. Then you have to resort to salt-free system. You have
I
salt.
think, Mr.
You are
Rai,
saying
I think there is no other option but to send that solid salt, what you are talking about, which is coming out of salt shaker or from the hides, send it back to the rawhide mandi or to the butchers from where you have bought the hides.
now exactly.
No, but the problem is, his problem is different. He's a standalone tannery, which is around 50 kilometers from here. So the cost of transportation for that 5 rupee kilo salt, or 3 rupee kilo salt
Yeah.
is more than the cost of the salt. So he has to really spend money to send it back to the butchers or.
We are paying for that.
Yeah, that's that. But I don't think anybody would have any answer. If anybody would have an answer for the salt, then we are not sitting here.
Salt, that recovered salt can be purified, sir. To that extent, we have the technology. But the other issues like we can perhaps send the salt, the pure salt, in the same truck which transported the hide to your factory back to the place. You can explore the possibility, but we can make a pure salt, 95% NaCl from the contaminated salt. That is possible.
Thank you, Dr. Saravanan. I
Welcome.
think if anyone has any questions,
I'm available.
you can
Yeah.
directly write to Dr. Saravanan or through Mr. Bhattacharya. Last question from Mr. Iftikhar. Yes.
My last question, as we everybody knows that whatever technology we use to adopt for our industry, finally we will have something as a solid waste, and that solid waste contaminate anything. So the only solution which comes in our mind, or we are talking that it has to be used somewhere which is not going to damage anything, like even on the earth or in the underground water. So, do you have any solid program or any solid program to be submitted to the government for the reuse of this, like making a cake or making whatever the things for the roads? Is there any technology complete program is being made and which is ready to be submitted to the government, which council or we will try to get it submitted and then it can be used by the local authorities?
Yes, sir. In so far the solid wastes are concerned, the inorganic component of the solid waste can only be managed through the means that you have told. That is the construction industry or road laying or structural applications kind of thing. For example, in association with the Central Road Research Institute, we have laid a road for experimental basis, which contains the chromium shavings, and it was ensured that the chromium does not seep in. So the inorganic components of the solid waste need to be managed in this manner, so that they do not come in contact with the environment. We are freezing them, putting them in jail. Now, insofar the organic components of the solid waste are concerned, they are actually resources. The meat that we eat is not something different from the skin that we process. Therefore, the protein that we get from the flushing, actually speaking, that should be sold at a cost of 500 or 600 rupees per kilogram. And if you prepare gelatin from that, and the value becomes much more. Therefore, the organic components still have greater value. The inorganic components of the solid waste need to be managed in this manner. Yes.
Has to be accepted by the local government. Yes. And then they will allow to use on their roads or their somewhere in the buildings or anywhere. If you have any program, you should share with the CLE and we should submit.
No, what he is saying.
I'll be glad to. I'm sorry, sir.
What he is saying that they have made a road on a pilot basis somewhere.
Yes.
With inorganic. No, but it is going through the testing process. You know, if something comes out of this, suppose the chrome seepage is there or something is there, then they are not going to approve it. So there is some kind of a gestation period for this to be approved. I think.
Actually, the project itself is undergoing all the steps, the statutory requirements. We will be presenting it to the government, and 1 year, sir. After 1 year, this technology will be ready. Because I am heading the project, I can say for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
Dr.
much.
Saravanan. हाँ बताएं. नहीं वो एक्चुअली में डॉक्टर सरवणन का सब्जेक्ट नहीं है, वो कोई दूसरा आदमी देख रहा है, तो इसलिए मैं आई विल नॉट एड्रेस दिस क्वेश्चन टू हिम. वो हम लोग सेपरेटली पता करके आपको बता सकते हैं कि कब तक. लेकिन मेरे को ये मालूम है कि शायद डीपीआर ऑलरेडी सबमिट कर दिया गया है. नहीं, शशि शेखर साहब का मेरे पास में फोन आया था. ही हैज रिसीव्ड अ कॉपी ऑफ द सेक्रेटरी वाटरवेज जो यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं, उन्होंने मेरे को बताया ही हैज रिसीव्ड इट एंड ही इज गेटिंग इट वेटेड थ्रू ट्विक और व्हाटएवर. तो अभी पूरा नहीं मालूम है कि मेरे को भी पूरा 100% की स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के पास पहले सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से आएगी कि कैसे होगा, लेकिन विद इन फरवरी दिस विल बी डन, ये पक्का है. ये नहीं मालूम है, लेकिन आरओ नहीं है, मतलब वो सॉरी जेडएलडी नहीं है. आई एम सॉरी.
अभी तक जो है जो भी डीपीआर है, जो एनजीटी में बात हुई थी, CLRI में ऐसा कोई डीपीआर नहीं है. जब इंडस्ट्री स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के साथ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को डिसाइड करना है कितनी कैपेसिटी का.
ऐसा है कि जहां तक डीपीआर का सवाल है, आप भी थे उस मीटिंग में. CLRI ने डीपीआर 50 MLD का सबमिट कर दिया था, बोथ वेज, जेडएलडी एंड नॉन जेडएलडी, जिसमें कि उन्होंने ये कहा कि जेडएलडी से कॉस्ट आएगी 2000 करोड़ के आसपास, और जिसमें टाइटेनियम के वो लगेंगे. नहीं 2000. अरे आई वाज देयर. नहीं 2000. हाँ, वो 4000 था, और 600 करोड़ आएगी अगर हम लोग डाइल्यूशन पे जाते हैं. तो ये तो उन्होंने डीपीआर तो बना दिया था. नाउ देयर इज कि कितने एमएलडी का वो एक इशू चल रहा है कि कितने एमएलडी का होगा बिकॉज ऑफ द कंस्ट्रेंट ऑफ द स्पेस एट जाजमऊ. मेन इशू ये है आज के दिन की सीईटीपी जहां बनना है वहां पे जगह की कमी है. तो वो अगर जगह का
अगर आप डाइल्यूशन पे जाते हैं तो आप 35 एमएलडी का ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट बना सकते हैं.
वो ऐसा है यार, मैं टेक्निकल एक्सपर्ट नहीं है, आप होंगे, लेकिन वो अभी उसको ऐसा है. तो उस सब्जेक्ट को हम लोग भारत सरकार और उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार और इंडस्ट्री के बीच में रहने दें. अभी ऐसा है कि डीपीआर फाइनल नहीं हुआ है. ये मैं आपको खाली अभी इसमें हम कोई स्पेकुलेशन में ना जाएं कि क्या है, लेकिन अभी वो डीपीआर फाइनल नहीं हुआ है. थैंक यू. अब नेक्स्ट प्रेजेंटेशन किसका है? संजीव, जल्दी मेरे को.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to come here. We all know that this is quite quantum jump. Leather sector is poised for quantum jump from 13 billion to 27 billion in another couple of years. So this type of sector finds very important prominent role because we have all the facilities, only we have to convert we are converting to the furniture upholstery, so we should convert those kind of leathers mainly for buffalo in this sector for the niche market of automotive upholstery. CLRI has developed these leathers. We have technology for all kinds of properties and we should work with the industry. As we all know that automotive upholstery is used in the soft furnishing covering fixed on an automobile seat. Basically, there are three grades are here. One directly used along with the body, one on the seat arms, and one which is hidden. So depending upon the use, we can use different grades are available of the leather, and the price ranges from 120 to 180 rupees per square feet. This industry is driven by mainly automobile users, and it is fashion driven. Mainly three types of upholstery are being used widely: man-made fiber, vinyl, and leather upholstery. There are other materials also. You can say cotton, carded, comb, acrylic upholstery, and rayon upholstery. So this industry is growing very fast. Its industry, particularly for synthetic leather, 85 billion US dollar industry. 25% is from this synthetic sector. So leather has very good important potential for growth, in turn that we can have value addition for this sector. There are many users. I have just mentioned some of the users here: floor mat, seat, trunk liner, seat belts, window frames. All those are users for upholstery. Leather, because it's a natural material, it has breathing property, it's a viscoelasticity. So this is very ideal material for your automotive upholstery. Apart from other properties, which is very important, the leather has sweat, because directly in contact, it absorbs a lot of moisture, evaporate to the atmosphere. Fire retardant, your vegetable tanned leather, you use the chestnut and tara, this gives you very good fire resistant properties, which none of the other materials can pair. Fog, it is very important. You use those kind of fat liquors which will not give this kind of fogging behavior, because otherwise fog will deposit on the windscreen and the visibility of the driver will be impaired. So all those properties leather has. Stretchability, because this particular industry requires minimum stretch, and buffalo has the advantage over cow. And then when you do the processing, because here drying is very important, you do the immediate, do the samming, toggling under stress condition, and do the vacuum drying. So then you can arrest this durability, puncture. So these are the properties which leather has win over the other materials. There are many global players are there. Eagle Ottawa is one, and the Lear Corporation has taken over this 50% of the car of an American market. This Eagle Ottawa is supplying. We have Eagle Ottawa has 1% position in Kanpur particularly. Unfortunately, today he is not available. He has gone to Habib Tanning in Gudiatam. They also have the plant for automotive upholstery. Even Ram Leather in South also has started. They are importing cow-based material. But this for this sector, next slide I'll give you the details. This is very important. GST, this is another important automotive car upholstery leather manufacturer. They have tie-up with the Tata Exports. 2014 they have signed the agreement. Bader, this is German group. They have 7 units and employing more than 7,000 people. So this is widely used there. Hokyo is Japan. They have 3 units employing more than 1,200 people. Bridge of Wear, this is Scotland, UK based company. The Boxmark from Austria and Kaser from China. So these are some of the leading manufacturer in this area. As I mentioned earlier, this industry is 82 billion by 2019. It is growing 12%. China, Italy, Argentina, Brazil, they are dominant players. There are 2 types. One is original manufacturer, car manufacturer directly takes from the supplier. This is very good. But here some issues are there that I am going to discuss next slide, because a lot of testing facilities are required. Mainly we are doing aftermarket now. We are supplying to the only aftermarket, but there our own brands are limited. This is very important that Life is Fun Automobile promises most sustainable market. This sector particularly is very sustainable for automotive applications. China alone accounts for 26% of the global production. If you talk about globally used, 60% of the total leather is being for automotive upholstery, while in India it is much less. We are only 18% we are using for upholstery applications. Furniture 30% and aircraft 10%. In India, we have 50% of the world buffalo, 10% buffalo production in India. This grain pattern is very uniform and minimum stretch are favorable. 15% of the other produce goes for upholstery, but only 10% goes of automotive upholstery. If you talk about that, we are producing some 2,000 billion square feet. The very less we are making for the automotive use. Kanpur, they produce 500 million square feet. I think 25% of the country's production here, but out of that 200 million square feet only for furniture, hardly 10 to 12 or 12 to 18 million for only for automotive use. And this sector, they say, is poised for growth and maybe 100 or 120 million square feet by end of 2020 for this kind of leather. So this Kanpur cluster is very important for automotive use, and I think we can do it. And there is a lot of scope, and particularly for joint venture, because Make in India already leather sector is available. And in this sector, once we import those kind of heights from Brazil and other countries, we can develop those processing facilities and develop these type of leathers. And this is also one of the important, that existing tanning infrastructure for the large heights processing and those kind of chemicals are important. So this sector is very important for this Kanpur cluster. The main properties, as I earlier mentioned, that leather already has, but some other properties like we can do repellency, oil repellency and water repellency in the process. We can impart all those things. Stain, that is very important. Flexible resistance, permeability, all those properties. These are the, apart from those properties are required for upholstery applications. My colleague already mentioned those process that we don't want to use those chemicals which are polluting. We should replace those things. Bioprocessing is the option, enzymatic, and then other things already we have mentioned. Green flushing. Here, even some of the issues, like if you do the green flushing and lime splitting, all your chemicals are reduced. The penetration is faster, and those splits we can use for much better applications. Even lime splits we can use for printed upholstery once you do the process, or even glue and gelatins, or high grade gelatin is also possible, and plants are available in other countries. So ammonia free deliming, salt free pickling, the chrome tanning. Now even chrome free leathers are available for automotive use. Polymers and ester sulfonate based fat liquors is very important. Halogen and phosphate salts we should use for your fire retardant properties, and we should use only the finishing. And here polyurethane and cross linkers, they find very important role for your fastness and abrasion properties. Some of the issues, this is the raw material, mainly when we do the imported heights, the handling and other things. And in our country, as we have already discussed, that we have a lot of problems for organized slaughterhouses. So a lot of hand fly damages and all those things are available. Technology part, we can see the chrome free tannage is one of the options, because even Japan, we visited in IULTCS, they're all green leather they talk about, only chrome free systems. So vegetable and other auxiliary genes and mixture of the tanning processes are available. We have cost control in retanning and finishing. PU cross linkers, because of fastness property, is very important. Now leading chemical manufacturers are available. Those chemicals are available to process these leathers. And the newer articles. Human resource, yes, we have to train our people at every level to handle those heights, large heights, and minimum wastage, and the chemicals also we should use and handle properly. Infrastructure, as I mentioned, lime splitting and new type of print rollers, chemical auto mixers, freezing, all those things are very important for this sector. The main issues that some of the testings we are lacking, so that OEM manufacturers are not coming to our country. Acetaldehyde, cleaning agent, naphthalene base, sunscreen and all, and VOC test, and ball plated abrasion, because these are some of the important test parameters for this kind of sector. So these are some of the issues I wanted to flag here, and then any questions will be most welcome. CLRI has developed those things. Even we have fogging, we have tested 5 milligram, 4 milligram values, we got it from our leathers. Buffalo based, we have used only buffalo based leathers. Even imported cow also, we have standardized technology. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to share this.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjeev Gupta. I think I was just talking to my industry friends here. You are making a lot of emphasis on the chrome-free leather. Okay, but and there are some people who are working with Eagle Ottawa. I have been informed that they are facing some issues with the chrome-free leather, primarily its strength, because in 6 months or 1 year's time, it wears out, the chrome-free leather. Is that true, or this is just or this is just in a very nascent stage yet, the chrome-free leather? I mean, because that's what the question is. So what I'm asking Dr. Gupta is that have they made any technology or any processes where the chrome-free leathers are sustainable?
Actually, the requirement for the dye industry is to be biodegradable. They have to have everything that is biodegradable.
Yeah, but you know, if there is
It's a question of time, whether 6 months or 6 years.
that's what important means. We need to have a process where it lasts for 6 years, because not 6 months.
Yes.
Nobody is going to replace the car seats in 6 months. So that is one thing. And number two is, that is coming to my mind, why we are so far, why we are not making, because you say that this will be requirement by 2019 or 20 would be $82 billion. That's a huge market.
Yes, total output.
Yeah, so, and we are seeing a downfall of 22% in the exports of the finished leather. And we need to arrest this. And how, if we have to arrest this, we need to go for this kind of thing. But why so far? And you have also mentioned that the buffalo is better than the cow for this kind this kind of leather. Then why this automotive leather production, manufacturing is still in a very nascent stage in India?
One of the main issues I talk
Is
to the many
testing.
people, testing. They say one of these main issues, we don't have facilities and it takes time.
We don't have the facilities.
No, yeah, some of the facilities are not available.
Oh.
Some of the facilities are not available.
That was my question to Dr. Gupta. That
No, he says it is not there. Then
testing
where it
facility.
is there? Where it is available?
Where it's available?
Where we are lacking?
Within the country is not available, sir. We have to develop some of the testing suitable for automotive upholstery. Then only OEMs are coming.
Okay.
That is, and they take a lot of time. They say 1 year to standardize the process, do the testing, do the trial, and then.
No, they may not have those machinery yet, because there is not enough leathers being manufactured. Once we start manufacturing the leather, it is a commercial thing.
Yes.
You know, it is a commercial viability question.
Yes, they are sending themselves.
But are they? No, but my question to the people who are making for automotive leathers is, are they reprocessing those leathers wherever they are taking, or they are just using what we are selling them?
It's not a very big process. They are not reprocessed.
No, I think for this region has to work hard, and we need CLRI support. No, this is a very serious matter that we need CLRI support to upgrade the technology from the furniture leather to the automotive leather, so that we have a better value, utilization also.
Yes.
Buffalo is a better raw material than cow for automotive, but okay, the butt area may be better than the cow, but we have a bigger bellies than cow. That is the biggest difference between cow and buffalo is that cow is longer, but they have a shorter belly. But our raw material is wider, means our belly percentage is much higher. That is why high quality automotive leather is difficult to make on buffalo. So I think CLRI should work on how we can improve the belly portions of buffalo, especially from the automotive perspective, because we have a lot of empty bellies in buffalo. And that is one of the major constraints why buffalo is not going that fast in automotive. It can do much better, but the belly issues is still there.
Actually, because of low stretch, I just mentioned it is better. Because then you can replace imported cow. Basically, we are using only imported cow or then buffalo. because we can't use other materials for this within
No,
large
no, but
panels.
Sanjeev, the thing is, the industry's request is to develop a process whereby, the buffalo, is they have a baggy kind of
Yes,
a
baggy, yes.
belly.
No, I think the question what you want to raise is, if Dr. Sanjeev is saying that the buffalo is better, in what aspect is it better than the cow?
Yeah, stretch, low stretch.
That
which
is the only aspect.
That is the one aspect, and availability. We don't have cow here.
No, okay.
If you imported cow means
That cannot be the only aspect that it is better. I mean, you use the term better. I mean, it has to be better in every sense, or rather, at least in 70% of the sense, rather than just one aspect of stretchability.
Yeah,
Stretchability can be controlled through retanning and various other processes.
and then drying process and then so you have those material available here. You're already making for furniture. Little effort, you can make those things to the automotive. And these issues with the proper retanning and proper fat lacquering, we have done the
Yes, of course,
process.
that is all available.
We have to work on it and then strategize. We have already done basic work. We got the results. That is okay.
Mr. Regional Chairman, I would request you that you work hard on this and see what best can be done to develop, automotive leather in this region, because that's going to change the face of this region very fast. Means when I say very fast, at least in next 2 years, 1.5 years, we should have some kind of a good production going out from here in the buffalo hides. So that is, I think this is my.
The most important thing is to find who's going to buy the automotive. If you're going to sell to Eagle, Ottawa, then you are not really going into an OEM manufacturer. You are just a sub-manufacturer.
No, that is true. That is true. But I
mean,
think
do we need to be sub-manufacturers or do we need to be a OEM manufacturer?
The thing is, till the processes are perfected, okay, you cannot directly sell it to a manufacturer directly. You have to sell it to an OEM, kind of a Eagle Ottawa, because why we are not been able to sell our value-added products like footwear, leather goods direct to the retailers? Why? I think that same applies to this also, this kind of leather. Initially, till we are ourselves, but there may be few people who can do it, but the industry at large cannot do it at this time. They are not ready for it. And once we get ready for that, definitely we will have to go directly. We have to have something name like some name like Eagle Ottawa or Box Maker, Honkia or whatever. Unless we create that kind of a niche. Yeah. So, what? No. Yeah. In India itself, there will be a huge demand of the leather upholstery for the automotive industry. No, furniture is different. Furniture is different, but once you have started making the kind of cars what we are making now here, Stanley is importing lot of leathers. 559 crores worth of leather have been imported, and I have a definite figure that out of 559 crores, 287 crores worth of leather has gone into automotive industry only. The rest has been imported by our industry. Because I collected that data last year when we were going through the drawback rate. I'm just sharing this because the drawback committee said, yeah, you are importing leather, why you should get the drawback on the leather. So this was the number. We proved them this leather, what our import is minuscule, and we are not importing. Most of the imports are in the wet blue form. Not in the rawhide or the wet blue, not in the finished leather form. So what they are importing, maybe it is going from Kanpur only or somewhere to Eagle Ottawa and coming back again here in this country.
Even said this Lear Corporation, they have acquired now Eagle Ottawa, and they have a manufacturing facility in Gujarat, Kalol, and one Oragadam. They are already making these.
Last question. That is no.
The government policies, as far as environment conditions are there, whether we have to go on ZLD, without ZLD, or what will be the future of tanneries.
So what you are saying is that
area.
this is the reason is the amount of uncertainty in the.
A very big
No,
reason.
that has to be resolved. That has to be resolved
How
by
can we
the
invest
industry.
if there is so much uncertainty? And definitely automotive in the leather tanneries needs very huge investment. From beam house till finishing, every department you have to be up to the mark. Then only you can cater that market. Otherwise, we will fail. And a lot of investment is required. And tanners here today are very defensive, which we are not ready to invest that much. We are not so optimistic as far as
I think
environment
Farhan,
challenges
this will be addressed one way or the other within next 6 months. So I believe that is the next step to take, and we as an industry, we as a region should work towards development of the automotive leather. I think let's conclude this here. Yeah,
What he asked to find out the technology or give you the solution for
Strength, yes.
bellies. Are you working on that, or you are giving some promise to do?
No, we have worked, sir, and then specifically those things we can collaborate and find the solution. That's not the issue with the industry.
नहीं commercially होना होगा ना, pilot plant थोड़ी ना होगा यार. Commercial बिना में, because buffalo is such a material, if you unless you do it commercially, means they can make 2 pieces. I mean, I'm telling it on his face, because he happened to be my junior also, so I'm telling it on his face. Making 2 pieces in sample drum is different, but you have to do it commercially, and we have to be ready for that.
In our opinion, 25% of buffalo bellies are really empty. Is if CLRI really wants to get those type of hides, we can help you out. Means we can even from our tannery. What I mean when we call it empty bellies, and you really need to work on that, because I don't know how these empty bellies come in buffalo, but it is in big numbers, 25 to 30%, and very often they get mixed up. And the automotive people, they just don't want different percentage of stretch in inter batches or inter hides.
Yeah, correct.
So if CLRI really wants, we can provide you the hides with different belly conditions, and you really need to work on that.
Oh yes, you can do it, sir.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gupta.
One more. Please take your seat. Last lecture is there. Please take your seat. And I request to ask question through mic only, because the entire program is live telecast going on. People are watching this program sitting in the Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. So if you don't speak on the mic, so your question will not be transmitted. Answer is transmitted, question will not be transmitted. So entire program is live telecast going on, starting from still now. So will you speak, ask your question through mic only.
Good afternoon to one and all. I am Krishna Raj from CSIR CLRI, Chennai office. My previous speakers was discussing, about the leather exports and the value addition and the environmental, how to tackle the environmental problems. And in the process, the new government has set up a ambitious target wherein value addition to the leather is a main factor. So in the process, if you really look at the exports, the total exports, it is around 80% is from leather products. Of course, we need basic leather to make leather products, but the value addition is huge in terms of leather products. So to add to value, to enhance the value of any leather product, we need to concentrate on various modernization or various technologies which are related to it. Whether those technologies are indigenous or which is coming from abroad, it is up to us to adapt to those technologies and enhance the value of the product. In such a scenario, computer aided design and computer aided manufacturing in leather products plays an important role. I am here to to put a highlight on that. It is not that many of you might be knowing some of the presentation, some of the topics which I am talking here, but it is an eye opener, and wherein whether you like it or not, it is the future, and every industry need to adapt. Every product industry need to adapt one way or the other the leather CAD CAM technologies, because when we were doing when we started computer aided design center for apparels during 90s, I remember many of the people who are coming to us are just they came here for making the patterns. Slowly what happens nowadays, nobody wants the kind of service, the pattern making service. Most of the patterns are coming in the electronic form. They just wanted to open and see. Only big players are having computer design systems in the in-house, and many of the small manufacturers are coming to our institutes to see what's there in that file and take the printout or plot out. So maybe in future even a small manufacturer can also adapt to that CAD technologies. But in such a scenario, the requirement of the manpower and also the knowledge on this particular technology is very much needed. So here I'm just highlighting some of the aspects of the computer aided design. Before going to the CAD applications, I just classified the leather products into three categories. Leather apparels, which I put at the top because apparels is the one that is a prime requirement for any human being. And once the apparel is even in the fashion sense, if you wear an apparel, you'll be wearing a matching shoe or you'll be wearing a matching handbag like that. So leather accessories like belts, wallets, and bags comes next, and shoes, of course, an additional accessory, and others like saddle bridle, sword coats, glove, and whatever made of leather comes to as leather products. But as far as the computer aided technologies are concerned, I grouped leather apparels and accessories into one group and the footwear into another group. So I just this is the structure of my presentation. I think we have come to the end of this technical session, and here I don't want to take much of your time. I just highlight here in the apparels and accessories. You can say there are two distinct areas. One is creative or concept designing, and the second one is the pattern engineering thing. And of course, cutting room, other PLC control machines, and which are there already in the in the system. And product data management is for managing the entire factory with the linking these CAD systems to the production system. And footwear again the same way: 3D conceptual design, 3D last modeling and grading, PDM, and customized footwear. And comes your dialer's cutting system as like cutting room. Okay, using the fashion or creative design system, what are the facilities that we can get? Sketching, color and texture filling, and micro mapping. To demonstrate pictorially, yeah, before going to this creative design system, I just wanted to introduce you two distinct aspects. One is called raster based system, another is vector based system. Basically, raster based system uses dots or pixels to build line or images. Vector based system uses coordinates to build the lines or pattern blocks. So naturally, in the raster based system, you need more memory as far as the systems are concerned, and wherein the vector based system, less memory is used. Sketching, when you talk about sketching, this is a bag and this jacket. what about you can do sketching simply on the whiteboard or something like that. Early days when I am into this CAD systems, I used to draw the pictures using computer mouse, wherein we found it difficult. Sometimes if we say why you need this CAD system, they can do it manually very well. But slowly the technology has developed. Now we have a data tablet and a writing wireless pen. The designer can do as if he is doing on the whiteboard. So that is the kind of advance that we are in. So it can be used, and again the repeatability or the modification are becoming very easy using these systems. This is a simple color filling. Even you could see this buckles, everything you can try with different colors. And here the color filling, it is not only color, you can use textures as well. This is an apparel filled with a color, and this is the one, this is called micro draping, wherein nowadays manufacturers of leather apparels or leather goods, they have very less lead time in making samples. Buyer comes today and he wanted to see the sample, maybe a day or two. In such a situation, making products or samples within a short period become a very difficult task, wherein if you make one product one particular color, and if you can use this kind of tools to do the mapping or micro mapping, wherein this can be presented to the buyer. Maybe the buyer may not be impressed in the first sense, but first meeting. Maybe if you could develop some rapport with the buyer by just seeing these photographs, he can approve your product. So that is what the power of this system. So this is basically used for textile apparels initially, and slowly it is being used by leather apparels as well. And this is some of the products which are done with different color mapping for the leather goods. And this is one of the photographs which I took in one of the leather fairs. Actually, this type of collection might have visualized originally in the CAD systems, and then this range was developed. And here the system is not only restricted to any particular product. This can be, it is up to the imagination of the designer, wherein he can use this system to any of these products. The critical benefits are concepts can be visualized quickly and range building made easy. One sample can be virtually reproduced in many colors and textures. Micro texture mapping to get true images of any picture. And again, the critical thing finally is the lead time, which can be reduced. We have many softwares. It is not that we use one software, and we can probably say that we have whatever the software which I am listing here is available with CLRI. Now it is a model center, and one can visit and use the system. That is about concept development. Now I am just talking about the pattern CAD. How to develop patterns. Once the concept is visualized, we need to make those in the form of templates so that the leather can be cut. So in the pattern CAD, we have for this is for accessories. We have 4 modules like acquisition. It is a digitization, and engineering, wherein the parametric functions for the 2D designing of the patterns, and then piece collection, rapid and accurate extraction of pieces. Because when you make a pattern, you will be making in the common platform, and you need to extract different patterns like front panel, side panel, the gusset, etc. So the rapid piece collection and nesting and plotting, final module. This is basically a base pattern for this particular product, and once this base pattern is made, this is being extracted to different patterns. And what not, if you really see the advantages of the CAD system, this is how you use colors even for the patterns. What you can say, the color schemes, it is for leather patterns, and the blue ones are for leather, and this brown ones are lining, and the green ones are for reinforcement. This kind of differentiation is very useful as far as manufacturing is concerned. One could easily visualize and differentiate between these things so that the productivity is increased. So this is how we use, not only in design, we can use this in the entire value chain. And now we have a 3D way of developing patterns. This is not yet, developed. Maybe you can say this is a future technology wherein literally whatever you develop the concept in the 2D, it can be made as a 3D in the form of making wireframes. This technology basically came from engineering drawing, wherein even in the automotive and other high engineering value applications, there are many CAD softwares wherein the modeling become, state of the art today. But maybe who knows, in the apparels or leather products, it will be applied tomorrow to whatever extent we want. And here the wireframe is made, and the wireframe is made into a solid model. From the solid model, you can extract the pattern. This is actually creating virtual 3D models of the bag, wallets, and other leather accessories, facilitates decision making in the design and sample making process. And the abilities of pattern CAD, you can draw lines, curves, angles, mirroring, etc. Scale up and down. Accurate measures, because as far as the patterns are concerned, measurement of these curved lines are very difficult, because we need to use tapes in the manual process. And if at all you want to grade those patterns, you need to do a lot of measurements and again. It is a time consuming process, but wherein in the click of the mouse you can measure any line. That is advantage of the CAD systems. So there are a number of, for want of time, I just go fast. And these are the softwares which are used for this pattern CAD. We have Electron, Comals, Romans, IMPs, and AutoCAD. And now I'm coming to the apparels. Until now, for the leather goods, we normally make patterns for each and every bag separately. And for the apparels, what happens, once the base pattern is made, we need to grade it to various sizes. Because every order nowadays, I was discussing with one of the industrialists there. Before 10 years or 15 years, we used to receive order for 1,000 garments at a stretch. And the number of sizes will be very less. But nowadays, we receive orders for, maybe 500 garments, the sizes will be more. Wherein, he was, the handling the production becomes very difficult when you have a lot of patterns, like, small, medium, large, extra large, like that. There are a lot of patterns. So that is the kind of situation wherein the productivity enhancement or the overall production control is, like we need PDM, pattern, product data management kind of softwares. So for which we need to adapt from the stage, CAD. CAD is the initial stage wherein one would apply this computer methodologies into the system, and slowly it goes to the ERP kind of thing. And this pattern designing is basically development of base pattern, and grading is development of the graded patterns. So in the apparel pattern CAD also, you can develop from the basic sketch and measurement, you can develop whatever the pattern you want. And from the pattern, you can extract patterns. Like, nowadays, unlike textile garments, in the leather garments, you are having a lot of paneling. So those panels we can use in two ways. One is the cutting, you can increase the leather cutting efficiency, and also you can make the style lines. So that is the kind of idea that designer puts in mind. And this is the pattern grading, wherein in this grading, the measurement of these lines, it will take a lot of time in grading. Originally, when we introduced computer aided systems, the grading was picking up very much. Everyone wanted to grade the patterns using the system because it saves a lot of time. And also, wherein maybe in the basic pattern development, a pattern master is required. Originally, when I remember in the industry, pattern master dictates terms with the owner. If he goes on leave, there is a problem. But slowly, what happens, because of the institutes like HBTI, CLRI, so we develop a lot of pattern designers, wherein the industry is flooded with designers. So I think now it has come. These are the softwares which are used for apparel pattern making, or Gerber Acumark. We are using this Gerber Acumark in our CLRI itself for the last 20 years, and we have run several number of programs, and we have expertise and whatnot. Even the Gerber people, they bring the what do you call? If they wanted to have any demonstration, we will conduct it CLRI. And for pattern CAD, we need a specialized hardware. Unlike the conceptual design system. Conceptual design system, you need only high-end graphic station and a printer. But for the pattern CAD, you need a digitizer, scanner, plotter, and pattern cutter. And in the apparel, we were talking about pattern engineering. Now I am introducing there's something called 3D CAD for apparel, wherein you can do virtual sewing. When you wanted to make a pattern for a garment, we normally make the pattern and make the apparel and try the fitting on the mannequin physically. So it is again a time consuming process. If I try the same sewing into the system itself? So that is the kind of idea of this 3D CAD, wherein the parametric design is done and it is being converted into 2D, and these 2D patterns are again sewn on this mannequin, and it's a cycle until this perfection is done. I just demonstrate to you with some other slides. And before going into the designing, we need to develop mannequins. Instead of physical mannequins in the design room, we develop mannequins into the system itself by way of inputting different measurements, like waist measurement, hip measurement, all those measurements. If you type in, you get the virtual mannequin inside, because design houses have, in any design department, they will be having physical mannequins of the target country. Say for example, if I am making a pattern for a France, I need to have a France mannequin in my house, in the design house. So if you just have the measurements, you can virtually make the mannequins inside the system. So this is the range from child to the young man. This is the virtual mannequins developed. And once this mannequin is developed, say for example, this is the patterns design for this particular, this is the overall, and we can try to sew. That is, how we are wearing physically, you can do it in the system and see it is a simulation. So this is another step in making the sewing. It is like making a wireframe into a 3D model. So once this wireframe and 3D model is completed, you can check for the fitting. Wherever the fitting is tight or wherever the fitting is loose, you can identify those places. And finally, the system itself show you where these corrections need to be done. And the blue one is the apparel, and the red one is the mannequin, wherein there is a slight modification, and this is identified in the system, so that you can correct those patterns on that particular site, and again you can sew and try. And once this is finalized, if you take the pattern, it will perfectly match the mannequin. Basically, this is also a system which is originally used in textile apparels, wherein it exactly fits to the body, and slowly we can adapt it to leather garments as well. And that is about designing of patterns. Now comes the cutting of leather. Cutting of leather, the dieless cutters. Recently, one of my colleague visited Italy, and he was seeing in some of the factories, the cutting room is completely done by dieless cutting, wherein one cutting machine is managed by only 2 people, wherein the productivity is something like extraordinary, and the flexibility is there. You need not require to make dies. And the situation here is different, because we have abundant manpower, and we use our manpower for cutting. Even then, to achieve a target of such a big export, all these technologies are very much needed to increase the productivity. And apart from the cutting, you have already these machines, you can very well see in some of the leading exporters, that is template made machines or PLC control machines on sewing. And the other developments are digital printing on leather, how to make products much attractive and present the products in a different way. We have digital printing, and I could see in the last 2-3 editions of the Chennai Leather Fair, I could see some of the printing machines and laser engraving, whatnot, to introduce various value addition methods on the leather. That is about apparels and accessories. I just wanted to touch upon about footwear. Just put enter. In the footwear, actually, I'm going to touch only portion of it, because when you take footwear in the computer aided manufacturing itself, we have even computerized soling machines. So that's the kind of advancement that has happened. So as far as footwear is concerned, I am just restricting into computer aided design, not going to the manufacturing side. Okay. And in the same way as like apparels and accessories, we have conceptual design development and pattern engineering or 3D modeling and product data management and dial sketching. One more additional thing is like customized and orthopedic footwear. I'll cover one by one very fast. First one is the conceptual development. When you want to develop a concept, you need some of the, basically everyone knows that for developing a footwear you need a last. That is the basis on which the designs are made. And again, it is the last wherein the top portion is designed for upper designing and the bottom portion sole designing. Okay. And for making the last and bringing the last into the computer system, we need a scanner. That is the Scanny 3D, digitizing the scan last. It is used to create 3D last data and import into the design and pattern engineering system. It has an automatic calibration procedure and very simple to use. Once this is scanned in, we need a software so that whatever the data we captured using the 3D scanner can be analyzed. And for this analysis, something called reverse engineering of the last has an upper on it. It can be digitized in full color to make copy of the physical shoe, or to use the lasted upper as a reference to the creating patterns on the making sole. And it provides a quick way to get a physical last into the CAD/CAM system. And then comes your creative design software. Once the last is scanned in, the top portion is the playground for the designer. He can try different designs in the making uppers. So it is bring sketch to life. It is the manual designs, normally they paste the tape on that particular last and they draw on the tape, and even small modification is needed, so it becomes difficult. So as far as this particular system is concerned, you can try n number of times, and the data storage and retrieval is very easy. And this is the next one as far as the 3D scanning and software is concerned. Create CAD design, copy a shoe, create virtual samples. These are the different modules available in the software, and this is about the top portion. And coming to the bottom portion, sole design is the next one, wherein a lot of developments have happened, because this is basically material. It is mostly a plastic, like PVC or PU. There are a lot of advances have gone in the sole mold design. This is for this there are various range of softwares like engineering CAD softwares like AutoCAD, Pro-E, Unigraphics. All those softwares are used for making the sole design. What are the benefits of this software? Reduce the number of physical samples needed, increase design productivity, and try out more variations. Quick creation, evaluation of new shoe concepts, allow designs to quickly and easily modify, manufacture shoes that faithfully represent the original design, and again Pantone compatible. Then comes, this is the pattern engineering part. What we discussed is the conceptual design. In the pattern engineering part, last modeling and grading plays an important role. Last modeling, as like wire image which we developed in the leather goods part. Here the last modeling is for 3D engineers. It has been specifically developed to meet modern shoemaking needs, allowing simultaneous 2D to 3D design and pattern engineering. The 3D functionality allows encompassing existing process in virtual environment, reducing the cost and maximizing the productivity of the last making and pattern engineering. E-last import. Digital e-lasts are downloaded directly from the last manufacturers and graded, because nowadays the last manufacturers themselves are more advanced, wherein they are available in e-digital forms, e-last forms. They can be imported. Advanced flattening system. So once the 3D image is there, we need to make that into 2D so that the upper is made in the 2D form for grading. That is what is the advanced flattening system. Simultaneous 2D and 3D styling, creative design styles directly onto the 3D last or 2D shell. Then full pattern engineering function. It also includes highly flexible 3D last modeling tools, pattern and styling tools and grading. Sets of graded 2D production patterns, accurate last flattening, accurate last bottom flattening, 3D graded loss, proportional trial transfer, adjustment of existing loss shapes. Benefits are create the design directly into the 3D loss, immediately set the effects of 2D changes onto 3D style, develop uppers at the same time as last, grade with any rules, emulate complex manual process in fraction of time, accurate control loss flattening, and easy transfer of shoots to new loss shapes. And this is the E-last. Basically, in the loss modeling, we develop, the loss modeling and develop the patterns and grade it. Here, this is loss making itself. Using this data, the resulting loss can be milled using a CNC machinery to be exported as a digital E-loss to the upper and sole and heel design system. Sometimes we need to make loss. So to make the loss, we need to do the CNC milling. So this data can be used for CNC milling. The benefits are create new model loss in seconds, rapid evaluation of new design concepts and prototypes, carry out complex manual process in the fraction of time, increase productivity, common grading system. Then comes your product data management. This is basically, integrating the whole thing from the design process up to the manufacturing up to the packing. So for which this product data management is very useful. A suite of programs that manages the flow of information between local and even remote production facilities. Even for example, if one material is not available in one particular store, this can be sourced from the other facility. So once a person logs into the system, it shows where are the materials available, where this production is there, like that. Take control of your designs and manufacture process and achieve major improvements in production quality and cost and time. And it has different modules like production module, wherein it controls PDM working cycle, cutting automation, etc. And the costing modules you use for consumption calculation and costing, development modules for development of bill of materials, specifications and materials. The benefits are control your company's product information, reduce human errors, always use reliable and up-to-date information and reduce human errors, manages the design, development and production processes more efficiently, increase production of cutting department, controls your costs in a quick and precise way. This is one of the developing technology wherein you think of walking into a showroom and just measure your own foot and get a custom made footwear. This is going to be real and after some time, because nowadays everyone wanted to try different things. I wanted to make exclusive footwear for my own feet. So that is the kind of technology, and for which in the foot scanning using state-of-the-art laser and camera technology, that is the foot scanner. You put the foot on that, it is being scanned. The in-foot 3D foot scanner allows you to capture accurate 3D foot shape data into the system in a matter of seconds and real-time scanning. Once this is scanned, you need a software to analyze and make the pattern. Customs system has been specifically developed to meet the needs of both the custom feet and orthopedic. The system provides tool to analyze the shape and dimensions of the feet and make adjustments to key measurements quickly. And this is the, once this is measured and accurately, the patterns are developed from that particular scanned images, and this is being sent to the manufacturing facility for making the shoe, your own shoe. The benefits are superior measurement system when compared to the manual technique, fast system to verify fitting characteristics of new modified last, modification of last shapes used to control correct dimensions. User can define new rules to automatically adjust the last shapes, quick and simple system for conducting foot surveys. Recently, CLRI has conducted food survey all over India, and the data is yet to be released. Dial-less cutting system, which I already explained in that apparel cut system. The software includes all system belonging to the leather cutting table range. Actually, basically, in the dial-less cutting system, there are leathers in one station. It is being scanned using the camera, and it is the pattern laying is done using the system. And once it is laid, it automatically cuts. The benefits are start cutting immediately, no need to wait for dies, speed up sample production, produce low quantity orders that are too complicated to hand cut, reduce leather costs by reducing wastage, use automatic nesting to give consistent yields of leather usage, reduce the operator skills that are required. And this is our contact details, and I would be very much thankful to Dr. Gautam Gopalakrishna for helping me in preparing this presentation on shoe design.
Thank you, Dr. Krishnaraj.
Thank you.
I think we all know about the 3D CAD CAM, and I think you enlightened us, but the biggest problem is where are the manpower? Where is the manpower? What you are doing to have the manpower in place? I think you must be knowing in this Leather Week, we are having a designers fair where 27 designers are coming from the overseas because we cannot develop our own designs. That's a very big problem. That area needs to be addressed. And I think in Kanpur, probably 20 people would have dial-less cutting machines and also CAD CAM, 2D or 3D. But the biggest problem is there is no manpower. No trained manpower. That is the biggest question. I think we are all struggling to have the right people. FDDI, there are certain students coming out of it. They are not imaginative enough. We have been talking to the government at all levels about the design studio, this and that, and this CLRI. You have everything ready, but where are the people? Dr. Garg, am I correct or not? That's a very big issue. The machines we can buy, but where are the creative people? And whatever training is being done by any institute, be it FDDI, I'm sorry to say that I'm in a governing council member of FDDI also. It is only how to operate the machines and do the pattern grading, not the designing part. That's a very big issue. So I think CLRI needs to go and work about running into an intensive manpower training program. Thank you very much. I think I don't want to come between the lunch and you also. Lunch is being served, and you please. Yeah, you want to ask? Yeah, Rajiv. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello. I want to ask one question. You have highlighted and described many aspects of CAD/CAM and even the CNC milling. Do you see any potential, and if at all, what is the potential of 3D printing in either the sole or last or even the footwear manufacturer?
Which is just emerging. Whenever you have technology which is just emerging, the products of high value are normally put into it, like making of
Sir, 2 minutes, sir. Please take us your 2 minutes, sir. Only.
Medical
I request all of you 2 minutes only. Please take us.
Even,
only 2 minutes.
3D printing of a gun kind of thing is going on. So maybe it will take time to mature. And by that time, if the cost of the 3D machine comes down, maybe.
Right now, yeah, it's not feasible at the moment.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Even for the last.
Yeah, come. Yeah, we can do it, but the technologies are available for mass producing it.
Okay.
Maybe dial-less, plastic injection molding, everything. So those technologies are there. Maybe custom-made thing, like customized footwear, maybe that may be used.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Just, As a formality, I have to say the vote of thanks. As you know that it is a historical day, so I convey my vote of thanks to all dignitaries, those who shared theirs with us, the Honorable Chief Guest, Sir, and the Regional Chairman, Sir, Mr. Jalan, Sir, Mr. Mukhtarul Amin, Sir, all three scientists, those who shared their latest technological knowledge with us. And also, I'm very grateful to all print media and electronic media, those who come and given us the good coverage. I'm thankful to our web telecasting department. I'm again thankful to all the members, those who have participated here to grace this function in a big way. As you know, gentlemen, this kind of event, it is not a overnight job. We have done a lot of preparation. CLRI scientist in charge, Mr. Bhattacharya, sir, and with his entire team, and me as a regional director and my entire team, including Mr. Ukvar, Mr. APO, Mrs. Sunita Das, APO and event coordinator, Mr. Abu Sufyan UDC, and Aditya, and all other members participated here as a great effort to organize this function in a successful way. So my sincere gratitude to all of the persons once again have been present here. At the same time, I do not have hesitated to accept that there may be some kind of mistake from our side to organize this event. So I'm personally, please forgive me for the mistakes, whatever I have done. A very, very big thank you to all of you present over here and share your given time and unlimited support to us. Thank you, Jayant. Now the last program for us today is the national anthem. I request all of you to stand and sing national anthem with the girls. These girls are from the leather technology department of HBTI, and the future employee maybe in some other leather companies. Please come. Soon after this national anthem, please join with us for lunch also. Start.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. I request your presence for lunch, please. Everybody, please taste the lunch. Very good lunch we have managed for you. Please come.